It's happening. Listen, before this episode starts, we just thought we'd make a little clip to let you know that anyone who doesn't know, we now have a Patreon. It is patreon.com/another one podcast. And there's like a few different tiers on there. And we can go and get where you can sign up to us. And it helps us make this podcast. Helps us make it, helps us pay for the podcast, helps us make it better, helps us improve and put more content out. We've got big plans for things we want to do, haven't we? Since
yes, we have. We've got big plans. We have got big plans.
Yes, Rob. Yes.
No, we have got big plans, and without anyone signing to the Patreon, this will die.
Yeah.
This will go away eventually, because if we can't make it work financially, we can't keep doing it, can we?
No, we can't just keep throwing fucking...
No, and we've got Aftermill to buy, and that fucking costs
We've got kids to pay for. Yeah. Listen, I'll be honest, if I can't provide, I'll leave.
Yeah.
So...
And we already know.
You don't want to make an orphan.
We already know how it's going, don't we? So we needed to be giving us something back.
Yeah, please.
Because we're bleeding here.
My kids are begging. My kids begging.
So sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/another one podcast.
That's it. There's 3 different tiers, loads of different prices.
Pick one.
Help
sign
us.
Up. You won't even notice it going out your bank. It's a couple of quid.
Less than a Tesco meal deal. Or, well, maybe more than a Tesco meal deal.
You'd buy a starving man a meal deal, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I'm starving. That's what we are. Look at me.
Look at him. Do you think that? Do you think this?
Help.
Another one.
Oh, hello. It's happening.
Yeah, so I've only ever licked a dog's fanny once.
So I win.
Is this your
Yeah. So what do you have to do now? That's like a forfeit.
What? No, that was just me.
Because we've all won.
That was what I wanted to say.
You wanted to start the podcast.
Because I wanted somebody to listen to this podcast for the first bit, and then him go happening, and then I just went, yeah, so I've only ever licked the dog's fanny once. And then, hello. So that's happened now. That starts happening.
That's the first time that's ever happened.
I like it, though. That's the way this podcast should always start. Something like that. I like it. It's a good way to do it.
2 debutantes. Late debutantes.
I didn't like that. Go on.
What?
I know you didn't like it.
You didn't like what?
Didn't like the whole thing.
Why?
Do you feel like he's stamped over your entire start bit?
It just feels a bit forced, doesn't it? You know, no integrity to it.
It was one of those clickbait bites where we were supposed to fucking laugh hysterically.
No, you weren't.
Oh, right, okay.
No. Especially almost the reason why is because one of the most exciting reasons of having you on is because I know how
much I hate podcasts.
How much you hate this right now.
Do you hate podcasts?
He despises them.
I did not know this about you, Deegan.
I don't hate podcasts.
You hate the people on podcasts.
I don't want to do them.
Yeah.
I don't want to do them. Well, no, it's not that I don't want to do them. Originally, you asked me, and I said no.
Yeah.
I hate
no,
doing
you never. You said fuck off.
He outright, in Leeds, I said, because I said, you should come on the pod, and he was like, no. He just went, no.
Straight out, no.
It was more of a long-term plan. He asked me, and I was like, no, I'm not doing them. The fucking shit. I don't want anything to do with them. And then my plan was to say that, and then be on everyone else's podcast.
I like it, yeah.
But no one invited us.
No one else extended an invitation.
Because he got out there and told everyone that Danny Deegan does not like podcasts.
Nightingale's blocked me number.
You'll never get on that podcast.
Yeah, I don't think you're doing that one.
I don't know. Maybe they do a free episode, don't they? Is this the free episode?
Oh, yeah, this is the free one.
Yeah. Well, Deegan's not behind a paywall. I do the one where, like, every 10 minutes, you're like going, hey, guys, click on the Patreon below.
You don't need to laugh, though. Please don't feel like you need to laugh. If anything, I'll be upset if you enjoy yourself too much.
All right, yeah.
Because you don't want to
You've
laugh.
gigged with Danny a lot, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's literally Danny's gig. That's all it is.
He texted me last night going, just love how fucking miserable he is.
Yeah, so fucking miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I am that miserable.
That's what got you on, though. I said you don't have to laugh, and he was like, go on, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to laugh.
I don't like feeling the pressure of.
My favourite thing of gigging with you is asking what the audience is like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, sound.
When
he's like,
asking you what the audience is like.
Like you're a knobhead for asking him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Danny, what are they like? You just compared. Before I go on, what are they like? Yes, sound. What do you want from me?
It's because Danny smashed it. So that's what's normally that's normally what it is. It's like, well, I've done well, so fucking you go up there and do fucking well, dickhead.
Grown man with eyes and ears.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not having a go. No,
I like it as well.
I don't.
I think Danny's got a great demeanour.
Like if two women had just stood up and started windmilling at each other, like one of them's been fucking glassed, I'll tell you.
I don't think you would.
I think you'd go. I think you'd go. No, it's all right. Yeah, the sound. Yeah. We had a bit of an issue with the one, but she's all right now.
They're a bit excitable.
Yeah, they're a bit rowdy, but you'll get on with it. Don't worry about it. I think they've been kicked out. Oh no, they haven't.
Actually, glad to have you on because Barry Dodds told us a story about you.
Oh yeah, that was
fucking
funny.
Gangster. Absolute gangster.
What about Danny Deegan?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you a few stories about Doddsy if he's fucking naming me.
Well, okay, then.
Fucking hashtag name and shame has happened right now. That's
Do you
all
know
right.
what story it might have been? You
come on as a hard case.
I'll tell you. You originally look a cunt, and then you look incredible.
Also, we got Jon Pearson on whilst Danny thinks about.
I kind of do want to know what this story is, though.
Is this when we went to Essex?
Oh, not sure what was it. No, I don't think it was.
It was like a pub where the owner was clearly fucking connected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone was off the key.
Yeah, oh mate, yeah, they were fucking sniffed up to shit.
Basically, they went to a gig. Doddsy was telling us, and it was a private. It was meant to be a gig, and it ended up being like a private party. And they were all just beat up, and the gig was meant to start at 8. The owner put them in the flat upstairs and went, "Do you want any beer? Do you want any ale? Do you want any women?" And they were like, no, we're fine. And then it was Doddsy, you, and who was the other one?
You'd roped somebody else into MC.
A lad called Tim Craven.
That's it,
Drive.
Yeah.
Is he still doing comedy? I've never heard that name.
Cravo.
He was
new.
Cravo.
Cravo. The Gravemeister.
Yeah.
I think he was like, so in Manchester, the big deal used to be
Club MC
Live.
2004, wasn't he,
City Live
Cravo?
Comedian of the Year.
Right.
Like, that was the big award. So like Peter Kay won it.
Vince Atta.
Alan Carr won it. Jason Manford. Yeah, Vince Atta was one of the last ones.
Eddie who?
And Craven?
Yeah.
I think Tim Craven was the last person to win it. He was the guy who won it.
Retired it.
We're not doing this anymore.
Craven retired it, bro.
Cravo killed off that award. That's it. Like, we can't do any better than this.
No one's topping Cravo. Yeah, so they wrote them in to go to the gig. And then
because Doddsy got offered the fee, and then he went, "I'll 200 it to make it a bit easier for me." And then they thought we'll get an MC as well, didn't they?
And then the fella
They got Cravo for a mad discount.
Cravo's biggest payday.
Yeah. Well, Cravo went on, lasted 3 minutes, and then brought Dodds on.
Wow.
And then Dodds lasted about 8 minutes, and then got off. And the owner went, "Oh, you know what? Sorry, boys. Even though he's beat off his tits, here's your money. Sorry, lads. You should just get off if you want." And he went, "No, I've come here to do a show." So
Is that what Doddsy told you?
Yeah.
Right, then he's fucking bullshit.
I knew. Do you know what? As soon as he started telling that story, I was like, that is not what happened. I can tell from his eyes that is not what happened.
No, I said we're doing a fucking show. We're doing a show. No.
Right, I'll tell you what happened. Right, so basically up to the point where the bloke talks about the money.
Yeah,
that's true. That's what happened.
It was.
So it was like I can give you pretty much a precise date. It was the day. It was the day that Robbie Williams did Networth.
After died. Yeah, because Robbie was on.
Yeah, he was on in the little B&B room.
Yeah,
because the guys.
I thought you were going to say Robbie was on in the next room to where we were playing.
So
it was difficult. There was a bit of sound bleed, but we got through Angels and we just got on with it.
Yeah, no, this guy's going like, "Do you want some you want some booze? Do you want some sniff sending up?" And like Dodsy's like, "Oh, I'm all right, mate." And he's like, "Do you want some girls sending up?" And Doddsy was watching like, on the TV, and he was like, "Oh, it's all right, mate. Robbie's on."
Brilliant.
So yeah, that's what happened. Then like Barry walks off and goes, "Now that's fucking unplayable." And the guy who runs it comes up and he's like, his fucking eyes are, and he's like, no, I see why you did that. I see why you did that. That's fine. And then he looks at me and he goes, "If you go up and have a go and the same thing happens, you can walk off. I'll pay you both. It's fine." I totally understand. So I was like, right, fine. I'll fucking be stared.
Right,
I'll be screamed abuse at for 3 minutes to get my money. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So he goes off to get the money, and I said,
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that. I'll take that.
I'll get screamed at to get me ever.
Mate, some of us are artists.
Yeah. Some of us are absolute fucking just wanting the money. That's all we want. We want money.
Honestly, I think I was an artist for 5 years.
The what?
The fat brass. One of our podcasts. What would you do if you come into loads of... What would you do if you found you were going to die? Staunton said, "I just hired a fat brass and call her fat on it."
Right. Yeah.
That's what Deegan's the fat brass.
Right.
Like, just give me money, call me what you want.
Yeah.
You're done, I'm never going to see you again. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll even finger you.
So go on. So he says to you, if you go up there, have a go. If it's no good, come off, you get paid.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, right, fine.
See, Doddsy made it seem like
you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
No. We're like, if you've been paid, why? get off.
But I know Deegan too well to know that he would not have. He would have been like, "Fuck it, I'm all right with that."
Where it goes.
Going to leave.
But then I think maybe at a more of a wet behind the ears, Deegan.
So how many years ago was this?
Well, no, that is a good point. So we're probably talking 15 years.
Right, okay. So, it's a very different Deegan to the Deegan that I know.
I've been going about 5 years at that point, so I'm not a total...
Yeah, but you're still taking whatever the fuck you want, aren't you, at that point? You're taking everything and not even thinking about what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you might have been like, no. And also, you're probably at that level of going, no, I reckon, I bet you, the way Barry's done it, you're going,
go on. So what happens next?
That's about 17 years.
What happens next?
So he goes off to get the money.
Yeah.
Tim's Craven's going back on to have fucking shit thrown at him. Poor bastard.
Poor Cravo.
50 quid we gave him.
Going on the dry cleaner.
50 quid we gave him. And we still made him put in for petrol. No, we split it 3 ways, Tim.
I said Cravo's still he's the landlord there now. He never left, did he?
So this guy goes off to get the money, and I said to Baz, because he said, all right, I'll get it back, I'll give it to you, mate. And I went, right, Barry, once you've got the money, hold it up, I'll get out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
So I go on, and it's just the same. They're shouting fucking abuse at me. A guy, I didn't know this at the time, because time, like, all concepts of time's gone now. I'm just.
Do you remember any of the abuse? Was there any clever lines?
Not clever lines.
You horrid cunt or something.
I remember a guy got up on stage and pulled a flick knife out and put it into my side.
Yeah.
And I just had to front it out. Because I was at that point where I was like, well, I can't.
Yeah.
It's too late to show weakness. I've got to just fucking front this out.
See, that's
alpha male Deegan. Alpha male Deegan now.
That's the bit of the thing when the guy walked. Didn't you get swilled by a girl?
Yeah, so he's put a knife in my side. The reason he'd done it is because I called his girlfriend a slag. But she'd climbed. The reason I called her a slag was she climbed on stage for no reason. I hadn't even acknowledged her existence.
The reason
she
why
climbed
I
up on
called her
stage and just spat wine in my face.
Oh, Danny!
So I've got this knife in my side.
Is this the worst gig you've ever done?
No, is it?
Well, let's get to that one after this. Go on.
So I've got this knife in my side, and I just went, mate, I couldn't give a fuck. You're not going to use it. I know you're not going to use it.
Jesus, but in that pub, it sounds horrific. I'd be like, there's a good chance he could fucking use it.
Yeah, my mind would have been, I'm going to get fucking stabbed. That's what I would have thought straight away.
If he's going to use it,
even in a pub like that, there's that many, but because there was a lot of people there, right? There was probably 150 people.
But they're all wrong'uns.
Only takes one to be a fucking rat.
Yeah, but if he's got a knife to you and he's coked off his tits, and you've just had someone spit wine in your face, I'd be like, these people do look like they would stab you.
Right, I've got a theory. When you stand on stage, your concept of reality is gone.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can't tell you, like, if I looking at him,
a bit out of body sort of thing.
Yeah, I was just 100. For some reason, I was 100% confident that he wasn't going to do it. So
I think he was going to stab me. They stabbed him. He wouldn't pull.
Yeah, he wouldn't have rubbed it. It wouldn't have been a threat. It would have been just a fucking
bang,
straight away done.
Yeah, I can't look at you and go, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. For some reason, in my head, I was just like, he's not going to do it.
So you said you're not going to stab me, and then what happened?
So I just carried on, and he stood there for like he rubbed it in my side, and then when he realised I was just carrying on, eventually he just stopped and went and sat back down. Fucking loser.
You carried on whilst he still had the knife at you. You didn't wait till he left before you did your joke.
He had it like, you know, like that muscle in between your ribs.
Yeah.
Your intercostal, I think it's called. He had it like
intercostal.
So he gets
so
off,
specific.
and as he's climbing off stage, like Barry holds the money up.
Yeah.
So I just like went, right, fucking suck a dick, and we left. We get in the car. I've still got wine dripping off my face. We get about 200 meters down the road.
Hold on, let me finish.
We get about 200 meters down the road. And I'm like, right, we're going to have to fill up fuel. Like, so I'm stopping at the next petrol station.
But it's Cravo, by the way.
Cravo's in a fucking puddle. He's just in a puddle in the back seat. Like,
he's in the back. And like, I'll be honest.
I've won an award.
That's the last we hear of him. Like, he doesn't say anything like, on the way back.
Right.
We pull in to like the petrol station, and Barry gets like the fucking wad of money out. And as he goes to count it and split
all 80 quid of it.
he just looks at me and he goes,
short change.
I got to be honest with you, mate. He gave me this just before you went on.
Oh, what a
cunt. And it turned out I'd been up there nearly 20 minutes.
Imagine if you'd have got stabbed, Barry would have felt fucking horrendous.
But Barry still only flashed the money when he felt
Barry
once the guy with the knife had gone. So didn't even do it.
He was at a point fucking do it.
What the fucking Barry does, you cunts?
Barry's there thinking if he gets stabbed, he can keep the money. If he gets stabbed, I can keep
once
the
the guy
money.
climbed off stage and he knew I wasn't going to get stabbed, he was like,
flashed the money.
That is not how Barry told it.
I just want to see how this goes. He was just waiting to see how it played out.
Barry makes you look good because Barry said you demanded to go on stage.
So he tried to have me killed.
Then you went on stage and for 10 minutes it was horrific, but you refused to get off. And then they just suddenly started getting on your side.
And then he said you left.
He said you won them over.
I was going to say,
and you left like a standing ovation.
It wasn't a standing ovation. It was not the worst gig in the world.
There's just no seats.
In the context of the gig, it might as well have been a standing ovation.
Right.
But like in reality,
it's as good as it's going to get for Deegan. It might as well have been a standing ovation.
It was more of a fuck it. I'll shake his hand before he goes.
Yeah. Fair play to lad.
Did you shake the man who was going to stab you?
Getting stabbed. And
No. Oh no, Right. So this is dark as fuck, actually.
Okay.
That's fine.
So the girl who spat wine in my face, she came and spoke to me before the end. And
before the end?
Sorry,
before you left.
like before we left.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and I can't remember what the owner's couple, say it was Daryl or whatever.
Yeah.
Daryl.
She went, Daryl says I have to say sorry. And I was like, well, you've done it now. And she went, no, he says I've got to say sorry. And I was like, well, you've just fucking said. And she went, no, I've got to take you to some room you've got upstairs and suck you off.
Wow.
I'm not right. There's no conceivable way this girl was 18. No way. Like if she'd
until
you said that, I was going, wow, I'd have done that for him.
Did you find that out while she was sucking you off that you realised she wasn't? She's not got the skills for this. This is her first time.
Mr. Deegan. I'm sorry, Mr. Deegan.
It's all teeth.
This is a 13-year-old blowjob if I've ever had one.
This is worse than having a knife in my side.
This is worse than an apology. What are you doing?
Right, so you think
feel your braces for fuck's sake
up to you to suck you off as a way to say sorry for spitting wine in your face?
I'm sorry, right?
Are you sorry though? I don't think you're going to.
Are you that sorry? How do you want to say sorry?
Can we take the underage thing out the question?
Why? Because you're happy about it? That's a key part.
If you take the underage without the question, Daryl sounds like a fucking legend. He's paid them. He's paid them, even though he knows the gig's terrible and it's all his fault. And it's his customers.
It was good money as well.
And it was good money.
Not for Cravo.
Yeah, not for Craven.
No, Cravo was fucked. I think, from memory, I think it was 300 quid each.
Todd said it was about 5 tons, something like that. Yeah.
And then Cravo got 50 quid to be the MC. He had to be there all night.
So you gave him 25 quid. You gave him 25 quid each out of your pay, basically.
We gave him 25 quid
for him to go and get shouted abuse at for 4.5 minutes before you went on stage.
Then he had to put 20 back in.
To be fair, did he reset the room before he brought you on?
Make sure everyone was facing the right way. Can I have everyone snort on the right way,
please?
We
all got our knives. Right. Yes, all right.
Can we do a practice?
There was a bit of chatting first act.
Can we do a practice knife flick, everyone? Can everyone do a practice knife flick first, then we'll bring our second act on?
Oh,
right. No, that's a great gig story.
I do think Daryl sounds like a legend.
Why would you say that's a legend for a man who's
he made sure they got paid?
Underage girls
he made sure they got paid.
You're skipping over the major part about this story.
This is the problem. Like, obviously,
the
underage part's the problem.
The caveat should be like, it wasn't like, like when you find out someone's like 16, you're like, fucking hell, I thought they were like in their 20s or something.
Right.
This was like a girl that was so clearly not 18.
16?
Right.
If she'd have said 16, I'd have been like, oh God, you've got a baby face, haven't you? Like, do you know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't have put it like that because I felt even like I would have said that to someone else.
You said that on a podcast 17 years later.
I would have turned to whoever was stood next to me and gone, God, she's got a baby face, hasn't she? I wouldn't have looked at a teenager.
Right. Okay.
Ooh, you're a young-looking one, aren't you?
You've got a baby face.
All I'm saying is, if you take the underage bit out, he was making sure he got an apology and a blowjob, which, fair enough. Made sure everyone got paid, and he said, just give it a go, and then you can get off if you want. That sounds to me. That's
do you think
better
that's right?
than half the promoters we gig for or at the moment.
But I suppose if you take the underage thing out of Jeffrey Epstein, he's just a bit of a lamb.
Yeah, come to my island and do what you want.
Yeah, what he's got fucking girls on a plane.
Do you think that's, so if that girl didn't want to suck him off as a way to say sorry, and she's been sent over there by a man to suck it, you think that's fine?
Wow. How indicting is it of us?
She shouldn't have spat in someone's face,
that it's taken us that long to get to that point.
Yeah.
Like, we've only gone through the points that would see us punished in prison.
Well, she shouldn't have spat on someone's face, should she?
It doesn't mean just.
Yeah, doesn't mean she has to be trafficked.
If he's demanding a suck after it.
Well, all I'm saying,
shittest trafficking in the world as well, from one side of the pub to the other.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I'll show you a good time. You come with me upstairs.
I don't think it's the first sorry suck she's ever given. So I think it's like a standard practice.
And she's 15.
Can we park the underage bit?
No.
Okay then.
All right. Okay.
Well,
a 20-year-old
I'm
woman.
trying my best for you, Ian.
Oh, Daryl, poor Daryl. Bet you he sat watching this.
See, people are probably going to think it's Daryl Martin now, aren't they? Because there's not many Daryls.
They are now. You've said his full name.
Just to be clear, Daryl Martin has nothing to do with this story.
I just pulled the name Daryl out there.
Yeah. Allegedly, I don't know what that word means, but Elliot Steele drilled it into us to say allegedly.
Yeah.
So just whatever we need to do is allegedly.
Yeah.
Right.
And that wasn't even your worst gig.
I don't think so. There must have been.
Come on, John. Any advance on that?
I've got no advance on. I've got no advance on nearly.
You ever been offered a blow job for dying on your ass?
If I had, I'd fucking have loads.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I've had someone rush. I've had a guy jump on the stage when I've been fucking ripping into him.
You're a big fella, though, innit?
Yeah,
So
and that was when he realised he had a problem because he jumped on stage and looked at me and went, and I literally said into the mic, "Now you've got an issue," and he was like,
"Was he big himself?"
No, he was tiny, but I was like, I don't think he realised.
Where was this? Why did he rush the stage? What was
because I was. Well, yeah, he turned up with a girl.
Bit hack now to rush a stage, innit? See,
Yeah.
Tom Green, he got rushed, didn't he?
This was probably must have been 10 years ago. I was in the Hare and Hounds in Birmingham, so it was only a small little room upstairs in a pub on a stage.
I was gonna say these stories are taking place in some serious venues.
Oh, so massive venues. Oh, you know when we start, yeah. And there was a girl there, and he got up to go for a piss halfway through my emceeing bit, and I said, "Oh, where's he going?" And she went, "Oh, I think he's going to the toilet." And I went, "Oh, is that your boyfriend?" She went, I went, "Oh." And then her friend said, "No, he just lives down the road from her and follows her everywhere."
Right.
So then he came back and I said to him, "So how long have you two been together?" And he was like, "Oh, about 2.5 years." And I went, "That's weird because she says you're a weird stalking fucking weirdo."
Well, I think she was joking. Like,
I don't think so. Their friends weren't. It was all, and then he literally just jumped up.
She sat there with a guy who follows her.
Yeah, and
you'd be surprised.
And then he just honestly, and then he just ran towards the stage.
That's him.
How far you can get if you just follow them?
I'm trying to think. He was
Cravo.
It's Cravo. Cravo was emceeing. He done a terrible job at the start.
Yeah.
No, and then
He's 15-year-old
Darren Harriott was there as well. Darren Harriott was still a security guard in Birmingham as well at the time. So Darren Harriott literally just chicken winged him out the fucking door, like just picked him up, threw him down the stairs.
When he was on when he come on stage.
Yeah, so he came on stage with me. I had the microphone stand in my hand, like fucking pushing him away,
like a lion tamer.
Yeah, like a stick. And Darren just fucking picked him up, chucked him down the stairs, and then we just carried on. And I went, "Is that all right?" And the girl was like, "Yeah, it's much better now."
That's odd.
So weird. That's literally as far as I've got. I've never had a fucking knife put into my.
Fuck off! Why are you trying to make you sound the hero in your story? I don't like this.
What?
Now he sounds like a feminist sort of. Oh, I've saved her from the creepy guy.
Right.
I could go more feminist.
I feel
more feminist. Compared to you, we all sound like feminists.
That's what's annoying me.
Compared to you, we all sound like we're not children. No.
You just said that you think comics should get sucked off by some trafficked woman when they have a tough gig.
And also,
wouldn't that happen to you?
And also gloss over how old they are. Let's not even think about that. We'll gloss over the age thing. Yeah. There should always just be a sorry blowjob for anyone that's had a hard gig. Doesn't matter who it's from, whether it's a dog.
As long as he's been spatter, that's no.
As long as he's been wine in the face, it's allowed.
That would have been a weird blowjob, though.
From a child, yeah?
No, from just the idea that she hated you so much when she spat in your face, and now she's spitting else. And be like, this is funny.
The worst thing is, out of everything...
It's not quite the same.
It's a little bit different. There's probably less fluid in one of them.
But
it'd be weird, though. It'd be like, you hated me. You hate me.
But you're so scared of Daryl.
Yeah.
Again, Daryl, fair play.
So the day before Nightingale got married in Nottingham, I was doing Nottingham Jonglers.
Right.
And my plan was, because it was back when they gave you a hotel.
Right.
You're going to have the hotel and go to the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Just the evening, dude. We're not close.
Not anymore. Not on his podcast. You fucking hate podcasts.
But so I did the gig, and I was like, they have 2 in the first section.
Yeah.
So I was the second one.
Right.
So, Jeff Innocent was headlining, so I wanted to stick around and watch that. So
Yeah.
I watched it, and I'm just finishing a glass of Coke, and I might be wrong about this, but I think the guy before me was Alex Boardman, I think. But I'm at the bar, and this girl appears next to me, and she goes, "Oh, I really enjoyed that." And I was like, "All right, cheers, thanks." And my plan is just to finish this and go on.
Yeah.
And she went, "Yeah, I thought your jokes about your wife were really funny." And I was going to go, "Oh, you're confusing me with the first guy."
Yeah.
And then she went, "I really like married men." So I went, "That's fine." And she came back to the Premier Inn.
Wow.
You've dobbed yourself in there a bit.
It's fine, I'm proud of it.
You've lied. Right, okay.
I'm proud
I
of
don't
it.
care. No, fuck
That's
it.
now considered, though, a thing, isn't it?
That's sex
If
on the
you
false
lie
pretenses.
yeah. They've slept with you thinking you're a
She
married
didn't
man.
consent
All right,
to that.
that's fine. I don't consider myself a criminal. I consider myself a martyr in that case. Because she was going to ruin someone's marriage that night. But because of me, those marriages are fine.
So what you're saying is you saved Alex Bourman's marriage?
I saved our marriage. I respect Alex. I would love it to have been his marriage that I saved. But I'm just, in my mind, if I'd have said to her...
Maybe it was Boardman's
I'm
wife.
It was a game.
But yeah, to my mind, she said that. If I'd have said, "Oh, you mean the other guy who's already gone home, so you won't get a chance to speak to him," she'd have just fucked off into Nottingham and gone looking for a married man. That was my...
That's the way you've justified it in your head.
Not justified it. I know that would have happened. But then,
Remember his previous story where he's on stage, he's out of body experience. He is.
Right, yeah.
He knows exactly what
say it at the
everyone's
bar.
thinking at all
His
times.
whole life is an out-of-body experience.
So back at the Premier
Anytime a
Inn,
woman speaks to him, it's an
You know, when a
out-of-body
woman speaks
experience.
to you and you just have this out-of-body experience of just like, I'll do anything to sleep with you. It was that.
Can you spit in my face, please?
Yeah.
well, back at the Premier Inn, I now had to make up a wife.
That's
Did she
fascinating.
ask about
Because
it?
yeah, like I realised that this was a fetish to her. She was fucked in.
Did
the
she
head.
demand photos, or this before smartphone things? So they'd be like, you should have.
No,
a
it's
photo.
not that long ago.
No, it was
We've
only
had a
Nightingale's
smartphone.
wedding, only 5 years ago.
Yeah.
right.
She demanded that I ring my wife whilst we had sex. Whilst I was
Who did you
inside
ring?
her.
Speaking clock.
I listened to my voicemails.
Oh, right, okay.
Which
Did
were 2 from Barry and 1 from my mum.
Or was the Barry Dodd one just still reminiscing?
I'd tried
Reminiscing
ringing
about
him.
the stabbing event that happened 10 years
I
earlier.
tried ringing him and he hadn't answered, and he'd rung me back and I hadn't answered. So it was just like, "Oh, right, mate, sorry I missed your call. Give us a ring back."
Why are you married to a bloke? Was she not? Why?
Well, I've just like turned down. I'm just like, "Oh yeah, give the kids a kiss goodnight."
Oh, the
Fucking
kids.
hell, this is so funny.
Wow. And then
Speaking to the fucking Barry Dodds' voicemail.
yeah, it was, yeah.
Shagging some woman who thinks you're Alex Boardman.
I don't know. I can't remember if it was Alex Bourman, but I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, and then she starts going, "Tell me what your wife looks like." I don't know. And then she's on top
Please
of me.
tell me. You started describing Alex Boardman's wife.
No,
Yeah, she's
so-
blonde. School teacher.
Do you remember the Premier Inn had those cards
With a woman on it.
for the Wi-Fi, and it was like
Yeah.
a woman like that, and I could just see that out the corner of my eye.
Oh my god! She's a
Yeah, she's
model.
got, like,
She does a lot of extra work.
She wears a blue blouse.
She was IT
this
support.
morning. She was this morning.
She loves a quiet night's sleep. She's
Works in IT sport.
This is fascinating. So you're having
when did it
sex
start?
ringing her.
Like, when's the wife stuff start? Like, as you walk into the Premier Inn, she's like, "Oh, so how long you been married?"
No, like from the word go, from at the bar in Jonglers.
Yeah.
Like she's going like, "I really like the jokes about your wife. I really like married men."
Yeah, so but what I mean is
So
when she
she's
start asking about the wife, like,
Oh, she just goes straight into
She's
it.
invented. Oh, actually, no, because she think Boardman was making jokes about. I was thinking like she's imagined this comic making these wife jokes. So she has actually seen someone do wife jokes.
It happens
but-
all the time, doesn't it? People always come up to you and, do you know what I mean, or you see them go up to other acts and
Right.
start talking, and you can see the
yeah,
guy
more
going.
you see, you see them go to
it
other
wasn't
acts.
me. It wasn't me at all. Yeah, it wasn't me at all. Yeah, I love that.
So
I told her in the morning, so I'm not a complete.
Did you?
Yeah,
What did
in the
she
lift
say?
on the- she absolutely, she was fucking livid.
exactly, false speech.
she was, like, kicking the lift.
I'm not saying you've done.
She
But
was
I don't want to say the word.
kicking
But
the lift. Oh, that's so funny.
If that is a
She-
criminal offence,
It is a criminal offence, yeah.
I'm cool with it.
You want the
sucked
Louis
off by
C.K.
15-year-olds lying
In
to
the
women.
Louis C.K.
What? No,
in
I'm
the
not
UK.
cool with that. Can we be clear? These are two separate incidents.
This is just
One
one
that
week
I-
in the life of Danny Deegan. Danny, have you ever done a gig and got home?
Yeah, that'd be more of a shock at this point.
I did, and I sort of. It's got like I was 19 when I started, so I was just like a fucking.
I'm absolutely fascinated by that. The idea that were you actually having sex and you were pretending to speak to your wife?
I'm listening to Dodsy's voicemails.
And is she not onto the fact that doesn't sound like?
No, because she's listening to him talk over Dodsy's
Yeah,
voicemail
she's not
oh,
like
the kids. Would the kids
But
go
she
down?
seems.
I've not got it on loudspeaker. It's just up to my.
Yeah, but she
all
seems
she can do is
Yeah, but because she's so into it, I imagine she would go. I really want to hear
the woman's
more,
voice.
like not. She wouldn't just accept
Was she,
the voicemail.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
I just imagine that she's like hearing the woman's voice, like, you have 4 new messages.
My
Message
wife
1,
talks like
left
this. She's a
at.
bit weird. Yeah. So that's the thing, because she was so into it, I think she would have been more pressing on definitely confirming this wife status. I think the fact you got away with listening to Dodds' voicemails is a bit. I think she hasn't been thorough enough for my liking.
So once again, you're blaming the woman. We victim blaming now, are
What
we?
do you mean I'm blaming the woman?
Yeah, I mean, I'm victim blaming.
We're
I wanna be
victim
very
blaming
clear.
now.
Yeah, I'm very clear on that.
Actually, I'm not victim blaming. I'm victim denying.
Right. So
You're blaming the woman for what's happened to her.
I'm thinking she's been a bit naive.
Right.
She needed to have been more pressing on confirming.
Well, it is a good point because obviously I'm not wearing a wedding ring. And I'm surprised that I don't keep one around just in case.
Yeah. He's got his little Argos sovereign.
Just in case you're gigging with Alex Boardman again.
Yeah. Boardman's here. Get the ring drawer out.
A little Elizabeth Duke band.
Yeah. I love that. That's so funny. That's amazing. Well done. Congratulations.
Have you told Borden this story?
I think I have, yeah.
I was going to say, I bet he's fucking suicidal if he heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, and she was kicking the lift afterwards.
But she was fuming. So we got in the lift. I thought this will be funny.
Wow.
I told her, and then on the lift, and then I told her, and she was like, like the lifts have the mirrors in it.
Yeah.
She's like just punching the mirror. There's like metal trim around the bottom. She's just kicking it, and I'm like, shit, I need this lift to hurry up because once she's finished with them, I'm the only other thing here.
See, I'd then be terrified she's then going to go and lie and go, oh, this guy's just done this to me in the bed. You know what I mean? If she went that mental, I'd be like, what's she going to do next?
I didn't know she was going to go that.
Might have a bucket list thing for him.
Right, so she thinks she's just
completed the bucket list thing,
right,
and now she hasn't. It's like, fuck's sake.
She's got to untick her to-do list. she's got to get some Tipp-Ex out on that one tick that she's put on it.
Sake.
Oh, for God, not again. It's just like loads.
Like when you're working on something and you forget to save it. It's like,
right.
for fuck's sake.
Also, it's like, so at like job interviews now, but there's questions an employer can't ask you, or you can just say, I don't want to answer.
Are you married?
Well, you know what? Yeah, if you're looking for someone to have sex with, I should be under no obligation to tell you whether I'm married or not. So subsequently, if I lie, I'm fucking mean.
It does sound like a bit of a trial right now, doesn't it? Subsequently, if I lie about my marital status, I've not done anything wrong.
Deegan's defence.
Yeah.
That's what
It's his new show
should be the name of your
title.
podcast.
Shouldn't have asked anyway.
Should be your podcast. When you create
Deegan's
one.
defence.
What when I come over to this fucking
Dark side.
The dark side of podcasting.
You won't ever do it, will you?
No, it's just too
much
work.
effort. Yeah.
Too much work.
It is.
Mate,
a lot of
I
work.
didn't get into this. So, like we said, I was 19 when I started. I got into it to like not have to get a proper job.
Yeah, we moan about that a lot, don't we? The idea the game now has changed to being like you have to be a producer almost of your own.
Yeah, you have to be your own PR, your own everything.
Yeah.
You've got to be absolutely everything.
You do quite well on that. You quite put a lot of stuff out.
I put a lot of stuff out.
I can't bring myself to do, but I can't bring myself to do the setup of the iPhone and that. And then, well, also, I mean, just
I spent a lot of money on cameras and shit so that it's easier,
right.
especially for gigs. I can literally just turn up, fucking put a tripod up, hit record, and that's it.
Right.
Just so it's easier. And then the video editing shit is the thing. That's where it fucking grates me.
Right.
Where it's like, all right, I'm going to spend the whole Sunday now just editing every video that I've got from this week to find a 1 minute bit to put on fucking TikTok.
To go fucking nowhere.
Yeah, to go nowhere, to get 322 people to fucking look at it, let alone, and only
go,
2
this
likes.
Is shit.
Yeah, exactly. 322 views, 1 like. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm probably in the wrong, but I think for me, it's
quite an admission.
It's an admission on this podcast with what we've discussed so far.
What part are you wrong?
I
mean, not the 15-year-old, not the married woman, but podcasting. I might be wrong.
I was right about both of them. Yeah. It's wrong to fuck a 15-year-old. I was right about. I think history will prove me right about that.
I think you're on the right side.
Some age of consents though are 14 in certain places in the world.
Essex.
What was? Oh, that
Essex.
was. Like FH. So do you remember FHM magazine? Does it still even exist?
No, it's gone now. But yeah, I do remember it. Yeah,
they got like. Is it
Had
the
some good
biggest
times over that
fine
many teens.
in print history?
Was that for the Emma Watson one? No, who was it? Emma Watson.
So the centre
that was the
pages.
scum,
There was
no?
one
Was that
issue
the
where the
scum?
centre page was an atlas with the age of consent.
Wow.
Country, and it's the biggest fine print media's ever got.
Because it
Why?
basically just meant people that wanted to
yeah, could just
It
fly.
could just fly to these places.
It was telling you
basically became a
What's wrong with that?
It was
an
basically
advert for
pedo
sex tourism.
It's literally pedo.
Just telling
Wish
you
you were
where
here.
you
isn't
could
it? That's what
fly
it
to,
was.
yeah.
It was just.
What's wrong with that?
With what?
Just informing the readers of FHM.
Well, that's
how old
the
you've got to be
counter
to
argument
sleep
is,
with
listen,
people.
these are just facts. We
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't make
But
these
again,
eggs.
no.
We didn't make the rules.
Yeah.
It's making complicit.
We've not made it a
Hang
special
on, don't you
gift. It's not a special offer, is it? It's not
Yeah,
like
but
we're going,
you're
if you bring your
complicit,
FHM
though,
nephews with you, she's 14, it's fine.
So now you're trying to defend this now after
Yeah,
you
well,
just
that's
said women
complicit.
should suck comics off after a bad
I didn't
gig.
say all
and now
women
you think
should
that
suck comics
FHM
off. Well, I said
are wrong for
I like the way Daryl controlled his gaff.
Right, and what do you think about the editor of
Ran his
FHM?
street.
What?
What do you think about the editor of FHM and the way he
he's
controls his gaff?
He's complicit with paedophilia.
That feels like a 180.
Yeah, that does feel like a 180.
That feels
he
like
glossed over the 15-year-old at the pub.
It's fine.
Dipped your toe in the temperature of the water.
We needed to say sorry to a comedian, so who cares what age she was? That's what we're saying there. And then it's like,
I wasn't saying that. I don't know whether Daryl knew her age either. That's all. That's what I'm.
Daryl knew her
I think
age.
we're bad. I think we've given Daryl a bad name, and for me, he sounds like a fucking hell of a guy.
A hell of a guy.
He sounds like fucking top of the range. Made sure everyone got paid. Said if it's too shit, get off. Don't worry about it. He offered you anything you wanted, booze.
he offered you anything you wanted as long as it was booze, cocaine, or hookers.
What else do you want?
Maybe some chicken wings.
Kitchen was closed.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? What do you think this is? The Ritz? Chicken wings?
Cheeky cunts. What Robbie Williams playing next door
You got
for
more
you?
chance of shagging a child than you have getting some chicken wings at this gig.
Fucking hell.
So the FHM, well, that's just facts, isn't it? They go like, look,
Yeah, but-
in the Gambia,
But it's a for him magazine. It's there for tits and ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Maybe you could argue that the atlas in the middle isn't the problem, but it's when put in context with the 60 pages before it that are all going, whoa, look at this one.
And like John
And what-
said, there's probably an article going, Emma Watson, 16 more days.
Yeah, that countdown was the thing, wasn't it?
oh, I
Yeah, I
remember
think-
something like
They've done
that now.
Charlotte. I think FHM's done
They
Charlotte
did Charlotte Church.
Yes.
They did Charlotte Church as well.
Daily Mail.
It was
did
the
a
scum or
Charlotte
Daily Mail
Church
did Emma
thing
Watson.
where it was like it was her like
Yeah, I remember this now.
It was like on her 16th birthday, I think.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of her in like a quiet attack, and it was. I think the headline was "Hasn't she blossomed?"
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
You know what? I can see why the guys thought this would be funny. But then you just go, fuck, it's heavy, that, innit?
It's ill-conceived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
Fucking hell.
Also on this podcast, you need to know that if we start running out of ideas, we will just accuse you of being paedophiles.
Yeah.
That's our go-to.
Well, that should be a simple thing now.
That is-
Yeah,
that's not-
if we have
Based on
nothing to
what's
talk
happened so far,
about,
it's
you're a
not gonna be
We
nonce.
know
hard
you're
to make
nonsense, but we
that
need to
stick.
find out what degree you are.
Are you still running pubs?
No.
How many pubs did you run?
I only had one.
Oh,
In
you-
Essex.
You didn't run at the same level
John,
Daryl did.
Oh, no, I wasn't at Daryl's level. I wasn't nowhere near Daryl's level of my pubs were running a...
How did you run your pub then?
In what way? What do you mean?
What kind of landlord was you?
I was a nice landlord, just a fucking normal landlord. I mean, it's in Mansfield, so it's in like a proper, like, miners community. So it's like proper fucking salt of the
Steady
earth
on,
people, sort of people. Yeah, but, yeah. So they're
full of minors, yeah, like Daryl's.
Yeah, no, but minors were ER.
Right.
Not the OR like Daryl's gig. But it just, yeah. I mean, we had problems with drugs, but we just fucking just.
What did you do? Because we talked about
some pubs aren't public.
Yeah, some pubs aren't public. And on one of our on the Patreon episodes,
what are you in here for?
We were discussing my local, which some woman came in from a different pub. Like, so it was the first time in years that it hadn't just been a local who ran it.
Yeah,
come in from like she'd been like parachuted in from somewhere else, came in with a load of rules and that,
and everyone just
like tried to stop doing like tried to stop all the drugs, stop swearing at the bar, stop shouting and all that, and everyone just went no.
Yeah, no.
And then she's like, "What do you mean no?" She's like, "You're barred." Like she was barring people, and he was going, "No." Like, I'm not. I only ever had to bar. Like, that's not happening.
I only ever had to bar one person, and that was just because he was just a dick, and I just barred him. And then he was like, "Come outside and bar me." I was like, "All right."
Yeah, come on.
Someone outside and went,
"Bummed him.
You're barred." And I was like, "Come over here and bar me." It's like, what are we doing? Why am I walking down the road barring you from different bars? I don't understand. I'm not barring you from the pavement now. You're just fucking barred. Just fucking leave.
Bar me from my house then.
Yeah, it was literally that. But we the pub up the road from us, which was a bit more of a not a public pub.
Right.
They're the sort of place that they installed in the men's toilets a mirrored table.
Wow.
Sam.
Yeah, they installed a mirrored table in the toilet.
Why does it need to be a mirrored table? What is the thing about doing coke off a mirrored table? What is it?
I don't know.
I actually don't know what the reason. It's just a thing that's always out. Everyone's always done it off mirrors, haven't they?
Danny?
I mean,
I feel like you'd know.
So I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming it's just the smooth, like
the smoothness.
The smoothness of the surface.
Chop it.
Because I've been in places where
they're doing it on like
also you might want to see your reflection
board, and it's just
as
like,
you're doing it. See how bad your eyes look.
To see what you look like.
Oh Jesus!
I suppose that when you're on cocaine, you never more confident, aren't you? So it's a fucking hell. You look all right today.
I've been in places that were so adamant they didn't want this happening anymore.
Even you doing coke and a mirrored thing, you go, "I look all right there." Go on. What are you saying?
Like they've wanted rid of coke so badly that they've put
they shut the pub.
Oh, that's on all the toilet systems and stuff. Yeah. You can, as an ex-landlord, you can buy stuff as well that you can spray on it. You can spray all over your toilet, so it turns purple and clumps.
Did you buy it?
No, we didn't buy any of that. We just fucking left
it. Would you leave it sort of thing?
If I caught someone
in a place and all that.
Yeah, if I caught someone doing it, I'd be like, fucking don't do that. Let's fuck off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Because it was also like our pub wasn't a fucking place for that. It wasn't a place to go and get fucking coked up in. It's just
I imagine your pub was kind of like all ales and people are in like
there was real ales,
sweaters and like big boots and
everyone looks like John.
Yeah. Everyone was allowed to vape inside, but you were not allowed to smoke outside.
Yeah.
That's how my pub was.
Well, just they got fleeces on.
Yeah, they all come over from the tennis courts.
And a little dog on the knee.
No, did you ever let
dogs in?
We let dogs in.
I fucking hate your pub.
Oh, good, it's not there
anymore.
Not,
thank you. Finally, we've found some common ground.
Fucking pubs,
dogs
let dogs in. Fuck off.
Dogs in general for me, but
I'm any animal. I fucking hate animals, but fucking dogs, just fuck off. What are you dog in a pub for?
It is a bit. It does.
Just fucking leave it at home.
You feel a bit.
Well, how are you? So you hate anyone's dogs in pubs? What about if it's the landlord's dog that's
dogs,
like the fucking?
What?
So like if a landlord's got a dog, so some pubs have like the pub dog.
Leave it upstairs.
You know, but people love that. This is the thing.
I don't like the landlord's kids. I don't want the landlord's dog in the pub.
That always used to annoy me. We didn't
kids in a pub.
The landlord's kids are always knobheads.
Yeah, running around like fucking mentalists. Yeah.
Kids in pubs.
Own the place sort of thing. You can get demand sweets of everyone. Fucking leave me alone, you little rat.
Yeah, kids in pubs.
Basically, my mate's dad used to own. Used to have.
Unless they're to suck you off. I'm not a fan of kids in pubs unless they've got
to say sorry.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, unless they're there to apologise to me. Yeah. Last orders. I demand an apology.
Timothy.
What have you got to say to him? What have you got to say to him?
Yeah. I owe you an apology. You certainly bloody do. Upstairs.
Oh. So what made you get into pubs then?
Weirdly, I kind of fell into it. Is the fact that my missus bought a pub just as we were getting together, and that was it. It just started from that.
So she wanted the pub life, not you.
Not really. Again, she just sort of. There's so many weird.
Bought the pub on a whim.
Yeah, basically, because it was fucking cheap.
Did you buy a pub and then get with you because you're massive and thought, I've got a pub here?
We need some fucking security. That's what we need.
Save on the bill.
Because it was just
Get Darren Harris through the door.
He won't come and do the
The
door
way he
in
threw that
Mansfield.
stalker out. Yeah.
Not with his new teeth.
Yeah, not with his new teeth in his Love Island career.
Is he on Love Island?
He's on Love Island, whatever.
I was on the sides.
Yeah, he's on the is it side piece? Is that what it's called?
Sterling, sort of.
No idea.
Assuming that's what they call it.
No, yeah, we just fell. It was cheaper than a house. We bought a pub, but so we own the building. I'm still living it now. It's closed.
So you closed the pub, but you live in it still?
Yeah.
So there's a pub down. You got a pub downstairs that you can just go and chill in.
Yeah.
You still
Why
do the
is it
taps
closed?
away.
Because it fucking makes no money. Have you been in this fucking environment recently?
Yeah. But like, can't you just put like one pump on and just be like, ah, fuck it.
Yeah. Fuck
So
off.
does it
Do
still
you put
work?
shows in
and
it
all
then, or?
You what?
Why do you put shows on in there?
Because I can't be fucked with. When you start looking into how much it costs to do that sort of shit, it's ridiculous.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, it's just nuts amount of money. Just to open for like one night a week, you'd be talking. You'd have to sell like 300 tickets. It's fucking mental.
So we still got a license and stuff then, though?
Yeah, it's all still licensed, yeah.
So what you do with the pub? It just sits
Just
there.
sits there as like a fucking living room.
And you can't just have like a one like
No.
night like
Also, I
event.
can't be fucked. I fucking hate people.
Right.
It's bad if you own a pub that like. No, but can't you even just go to the Asda and just sell like their booze?
We did that anyway.
Right, and you still weren't making any money?
No, we used to buy all our cider from Asda. So all our like,
Do you know why?
fucking
Because
record
your pub
link.
let dogs in and it was shit.
Well, yeah, maybe that's exactly what it was.
Maybe what you should do is let people do cocaine, encourage
Yeah.
it.
Encourage the coke.
Yeah.
Become a dealer.
Get rid
and
of
make
the
the money
dogs.
that way. That's the way to make money, I think.
Less dogs, more drugs, and your pub with a flown.
Then you should start it. Let's start a pub together.
Yeah.
That could be our
motto.
slogan.
Less dogs,
Less
more
dogs,
drugs.
more drugs. Yeah. Bring them in. That's the way to do it.
Get Daryl on the phone. Listen, mate, I need some tips.
Did you ever watch Shameless?
Yes.
So the pub in Shameless
I think I know this story, but go on.
is a pub. It's called the Globe. Is it? Okay, basically it's in Gorton, and it's owned by the bloke
Where
who
Hutchinson's
owns
from.
the
Cheese Way, innit?
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. And I remember because so I
Who
worked for
owns
him.
the Frogbucket Comedy Club? Who owns the Frogbucket Building?
It's both the same bloke.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can do.
Bloke. It's so he's called Dave. He's on Phoenix Nights. So Den Perry,
Yeah.
the character in that, was so obviously based on him. It was like a little because I know that him and Peter Kay had fallen out.
Yeah.
And it was like a sly little. It's even like the same initials,
Yeah.
same fucking coat, same
Right.
cigar, everything.
Right.
But he owned this pub. He hadn't owned it very long.
Yeah.
And then this production company got in touch and went, "We're filming a new thing. It's all set in the Gorton area.
Yeah.
We really like this pub." And
This is
we know
an
that you-"
alleged story, by the way.
It's not fucking
Allegedly.
alleged.
Allegedly. Another one.
is alleged.
Another alleged one.
Yeah.
This isn't alleged. So
is
the,
alleged.
and the production company were like, "We want to
Yeah.
use
Be a
the
bit
pub
naughty.
to film,
Yeah.
but it's quite extensive. We'll need to close 3/4 of the pub off." So Dave was like, "Well, you're gonna that's gonna."
Cripple me, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, well, we'll pay." And he was like, "Well, yeah, but like, I'm going to lose trade as well." So he came to an agreement with him that they would pay for the lost trade.
Just going to just do some
Yeah.
15-year-old thing again, but I thought I can't be asked. I was going to let that one go now.
I could feel it.
I just got
I
anything
could
to do
feel
with
it
a pub
outside
now.
of
I'm
my
just
eye. I
going
could
like,
feel it like,
fuck it. Go on.
So basically, Dave said to this production company, "Listen, come back in a week.
Say sorry.
I'll give you the
Yeah.
I'll give you the take-ins. I'll
Yeah.
show you the take-ins. That's what you'll be paying."
Yeah.
So for a week, he hired minibuses that were ferrying people in, who all drank for free as long as it went through the till.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a full week of just every fucking scumbag in Manchester that looked like
Free
he had
bar.
hollow legs. Like, they were
Free
just
bar, do what
driving
you want.
around
Just
Manchester.
homeless people, just picking up homeless people on the
Driving
way.
around Manchester looking for people that had a problem.
Looking people like looking to get handle a bevy. Yeah, yeah.
Like, right, in you come, mate, you're drinking in Gorton all day, and they would just make sure it all goes through the till and make sure you get pictures of a full
Yeah.
pub. And then they just gave it so much so that by about series 4 of Shameless, they built a set replica.
Because they couldn't afford the pub
Yeah,
anymore.
because it was cheaper to build a replica pub somewhere else
Then
than
use
it
the
was
one.
to keep paying.
Wow.
It's good, that.
That's
Allegedly, that happened.
Allegedly.
Who knows?
solid business, that though.
It's a good idea. Smart.
Has he still got that pub now?
Not sure. I know that was kind of his one of his things. He had the front, and he would buy pubs on the cheap, do them
up and
Yeah, sell them.
sell them off to people, or at least rent them out to people to fucking use.
Pretty much, yeah.
Decent, that. Or are you going to tell us a story about the pub being a shithole then? like some sort of like shameless story. But
I mean, I never went. I mean, if it's
because I was just going through. My used to be a pub in the Seaforth where me over the roof, my nan called the Seaforth Castle. It's closed now. And I once was my cousin was working in there behind the bar. I went in to see him, and they did deal drugs. They were selling beef behind the bar. So he was if he was on shift, he just had to, that's what you had to do. You had to just sell it. Some fella ordered 2 bags of beef. Some fella come in, ordered 2 bags of beef and a pint. I was like, it's the wrong way round, surely. But anyway, he bought 2 bags of beef, 1 pint, goes and sits down. Another fella comes in his wheelchair, goes to the bar, orders 2 pints, where takes them, wheels himself to his table, puts it down, downs the first pint straight away, just downs it. Then starts sipping the next pint, gets about halfway through, stands up, walks to the toilet, walks back, gets back in his wheelchair and starts drinking again.
That's fucking incredible.
So they're like, what the fuck is going on in this place?
That's funny, that. Although I've said this, but some people in wheelchairs can walk. They can. It's just they find it hard, so the wheelchair.
Yeah, no, he got up and walked.
Right, yeah, he walked, right, okay.
Yeah, just walked, fine.
It's kind of
like Haaland, when he was doing a story, he said that when he went around with fucking BP in a wheelchair pretending to be disabled so they could shoplift. Put a tartan blanket over his lap and just start shoving things down there. He's a scumbag on his time, wasn't he? I've often wondered about this. You've posted a bit about saying about Giacomo.
Mm-hmm.
Did you model for them at all? Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Yeah. So I was
Was you offended when they asked you?
I was in the Real Man Runway. That's what I was in. It was called #Real Man Runway. So it was like they wanted people real men to apply. And
who knows these days?
I applied. Yeah, it was before
that.
Setting
a picture of you in a forest. One leg on a log
with an axe. Just
big German shepherd running around in the background.
Real. No, I used it. Yeah, well, my mate took a really good picture of me at my first wedding, so I just sent that in.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I got to.
Your first wedding?
Yeah.
Are you been married twice?
Yeah. Good old divorce, John.
So the Giacomo thing. So
divorced twice?
No. Not yet. This one's 6 years, so it's nearly done.
Yeah. I just get it again. I keep thinking of saying sorry.
You can't keep saying sorry.
Every time now I think
can't keep saying sorry.
Just say you're sorry and we'll be done. So you did the so did they just get you online, like Instagram or something? Or what?
Yeah, it was Twitter then. So Instagram wasn't that big. So it was quite a while ago.
Right.
But yeah, I got to go to London for a day and got to do a whole photo shoot with like Freddie Flintoff and.
Right. So were you signed?
Yeah.
Did you get loads of free clubber?
Yeah, I still get free clubber now.
So yeah.
Yeah. I will message them this week saying, right, I'm going to Edinburgh in August, and then a package will arrive at my door and it'll be all my size and.
So did you like sign something?
Yeah.
So you signed with them for like a while or something? Were you on the website?
I was in the brochure. I was never on the website. I was in the brochure.
Right, you weren't website.
Oh yeah, I was only print media. I was only print media. They're not going to put me on the website. Model. Yeah, we can't have John available at all times. He can only be available if people want to actually fucking see him.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that was the first time.
Freddie Flintoff used to be, but then he's got like an eating disorder, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, the first time I met Freddie Flintoff, we were getting changed like this. So I was stood here taking my top off and he was over there.
Being sick.
And going, what the fuck have I let myself in for? I've always been real men.
Loads of like those plastic things that muffins come in.
Everyone in the Giacomo fucking model runways there just thinking, I don't want to be in this gang anymore.
I don't want to be here. This is horrible. Why is it was on ground floor, so we didn't have to go upstairs. Everyone's sweaty out of that.
Sweat me before they start.
Well, Giacomo, do you have to be fat?
No, you don't. You
just have to be big.
Yeah, you don't even have to be big because they do medium.
Staff and like smaller thing.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but you honestly,
small's like a next double XL.
I'd like to see you put one on because I reckon it just be fucking like a medium would just swamp you. Like it's one of those ones where this is a 2XL what I've got on.
Right. Okay.
Fucking no way. I reckon it's at least a 3 or maybe a 4.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it's tight on you at all.
No, thanks, mate. Cheers.
I don't know whether that's a compliment or not. I'm trying to figure out because I know Giacomo's the bigger guys.
Doesn't look like you've painted that one on, John.
I'll be honest, that
you
one
can get away with a large, John.
Yeah, it makes you look like you're wearing your dad's clothes, John.
It makes you look like you've got motor neurons.
So is all your clubber just Giacomo now?
Yeah.
So how can you still get it for free?
Lifelong.
No contact, innit?
That's good.
And I will, you obviously send the email, like, I'm going to Edinburgh, I'll be posting pictures every day, I'll tag you and all that sort of shit. And it's just like, yeah, all right, here you go. They sent me Vans once, like, because I've got a size 14 feet, they sent me some Vans.
They do have, like...
Good makes.
Yeah, so it's not like it's
Adidas
just their own...
Yeah, they used to have Penguin and stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
So Giacomo's kind of like an outlet for like bigger size brands.
Because I've got, I really like the Joe Brown shirts are the ones that I wear on stage.
They do any like fat face stuff just for
they don't,
laugh.
That would be hilarious.
Like,
fat face would be brilliant. The Joe Brown stuff is really nice. I like the Joe Brown shirts.
Basically an outlet for clothes that have been made by mistake.
Well, the design. Yeah. Oh, we put a decimal point in the wrong place.
We work in millimeters.
Where's that going? Giacomo bin. Just there it goes. They've only got one of each shirt.
All the new sweatshop slaves who haven't quite grasped it yet. The Giacomo wing, they've just started.
The ones that can't count, so that's fine.
The Ralph Lauren and the Yves Saint Laurent, they're all fucking skilled.
It's weird that Giacomo started doing shirts that have got one long sleeve, one short sleeve. It's very weird.
It is attempted, isn't it?
I did speak to Joe, because Joe Brown's do really nice shirts, and they sell them in Giacomo. And the reason I get them now is because of the length as well, because they do long.
Yeah.
So the long shirts, you get the extra few bits at the bottom.
Bit inches, you can tuck it in a little bit you want.
Yeah, so you're not, when you don't lift your shirt up and you don't see your fucking stomach because you're a fat cunt.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's there for. So I emailed Joe Brown because they've got a new shop in like Sheffield Meadowhall. So I went to it. I was like, I'll get Joe Brown all the time from Giacomo. Went in, everything was like XL, the highest one they do, nothing long. So I emailed and went, oh yeah, we just sell some patterns to Giacomo and they just make them for us. So Giacomo are actually like a Chinese sweatshop.
So Giacomo just pay for licensing.
Yeah, basically.
And make the clothes themselves.
Mm. Wow, but they sell them the proper fabric.
They just buy the license off them. And
so they'll say to, like, for example, Adidas say, can we put your brand on our clothes?
But also can we know where we get the fabric from? We'll buy the fabric, so we make it the same as you, but we'll design it so that it's bigger,
so
longer.
Adidas don't need to go, right, we need to start making these
Adidas aren't like firing up another line on the fucking sweatshop.
Okay.
Let's get the 3XLs out. That's not going to happen.
It happens a lot with smartphones. Like smartphones are by and large licensed.
Oh, so Apple. So someone will say, "We'll make your iPhone."
So Apple, no. Apple don't. Those. That's kind of the point of Apple.
But like Androids are all unlike.
A lot of that Samsung. Yeah, Samsung will basically just say, these are the plans. This is how you make it. You fulfill. We need you to make this many. Off you go.
And then they're going to make a Samsung phone, or they make another brand of phone.
No, they make a Samsung phone.
They just make it for Samsung sort of thing.
Oh, well, that's just them making Samsung phones, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, that's what licensing is.
Yeah. But I don't understand what you... No, because that one, they're making a specific...
They're making it for Giacomo.
Yeah. The Samsung phone they're making isn't going to be special in any way.
What you confuse them with here is that he's thinking, because they're making it just for Samsung, it's just Samsung. That's what... They work for Samsung. What he's trying to say is, Samsung basically just design, license, and then we'll sell a contract to someone. We'll make a Samsung phone.
Right, so
whereas Giacomo,
in a very similar way, when I used to work,
in some respects, it's just the flip image of what John said.
I follow John's one.
When I used to work in the food industry, I worked for a company that put wireless access points into fucking food factories. I'd go to the factory, and that factory would make Hovis bread, Tesco's value bread.
Yes, I know
all on the same line.
Yeah, I know it's all the same.
Using the same ingredients, but just slightly different measurements of those ingredients.
Yeah, I've heard that.
There would be different measurements, though.
There would be different measements, but only literally to the point of like
Hovis bread and Tesco's own are the same bread.
You say that though. You say that, but then when people go, "Oh, it tastes the same," you're like, it fucking doesn't know. So,
yeah, but is that also because of your perception of it?
Yes,
blind testing is the thing.
That's what we said about lager as well.
Feels like a very northern Pepsi challenge.
right. Get me a Warburton's Toasty and get me Tesco's.
So which factories did you go to which were the same things then?
You what?
Which factories did you go to which were the same?
The Hovis one that's down in London. I can't remember what it's called. Whatever the bakery.
Hovis and Tesco.
Yeah, Hovis, Tesco, Waitrose. Then I worked at there was a salad company that basically makes all the salad. Wherever you,
the salad.
all the salad. Honestly, Cane's Foods, you look at that, they make all the salad. So you go to Tesco's, the bags of salad made at Cane's Foods, for definite.
Right.
Waitrose,
What about the ones in the
M&S?
takeaway in the coming little bag?
Yeah, same thing. They all get bagged up there. You just see people literally just slicing fucking lettuce tops off, putting them onto a conveyor
The
belt.
lettuce from M&S
Yeah, it's
is
the
the
same
same lettuce from Tesco.
Yeah,
You're confident in that?
yeah.
How confident are you?
Pretty confident.
Right, okay.
I'm Danny Deegan with a fucking knife in my fucking rib. Confident for this one.
This is an out-of-body experience.
Experience now, yeah.
When you get asked about bread and lettuce, you're thinking, you know when you get asked about where lettuce is from, and you just automatically go, I know it's all the same.
Well, have you ever seen? I mean, I'd say, have you ever seen bean sprouts being grown? That's incredible. Honestly, it's incredible.
Why?
Because they're basically grown in like porta cabins, and they have like 8 porta cabins, and they're at different levels of growing.
This doesn't sound incredible so far, but go on.
So you start the first one, it's just seeds.
That just sounds like a shed.
Start the first one, it's just seeds. Go to the last one, open the door, they fucking pile out. Because they're grown in the dark, so they grow bigger. So you get more. So they're fighting for light.
I don't understand why is this incredible?
Because you've never seen it. What I'm doing here is
It's like the Northern Lights.
It'd be incredible if it was one porta cabin and I opened the door and went, oh, fucking seeds.
And then they just went, "Bah!"
Yeah, I closed it, and someone went, right, now try it.
Like the three-headed dog on Harry Potter. Just bean sprouts.
I realised what I've done there is that was amazing for me. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Just taps it with a shit plastic one.
Is it door 1 or door 2? Which one are we going for today? We'll go for door. Oh, fuck, we can't make many bags today. Fuck it. No,
So how fast does that take for the bean sprouts
it's
to
like
grow?
a week.
Right, okay.
In
And
a
how
week,
big do they grow?
From seed to massive.
To fucking
I
like
think
this room would be full.
You're
of
just
sprouts.
saying that now because you've been made a fool out.
No,
there.
it's true. It's the same way they grow leeks. Leeks grow in the same way.
I'm gonna have
You
to
can hear
YouTube
leeks.
that.
You can hear leeks and rhubarb growing.
You can hear leeks
Yeah,
and rhubarb
you can
growing.
hear leeks and rhubarb growing.
It's just like,
Honestly, it is. It's like a groaning, creaking noise. It sounds like.
I think I can.
I want to be big. I want to be big. I want to be big.
Right, okay.
I'm going to be a Waitrose rhubarb. I promise me, Mum. I can do this.
Yeah, like
I'm coming from a family of Tesco rhubarbs, but no, I know I've got more.
just getting tipped into the Aston pile. No!
It was my dad's day. I wish I'd be a Waitrose.
I fucked it.
I'm sorry, Mum. I'm sorry, Mum. Just been
Like a
dragged
neat
away.
version of Toy Story, innit? Bean sprout story. They're all just growing in a porta cabin.
Beans, I'll just wait a Jon. Hold on. Wait till the big one opens the door. We'll get him. We'll get him.
Right, so bean sprouts are incredible to watch grow.
Yeah,
Well,
there
there you go.
Never thought that was going to happen on this podcast.
There you go. All the lettuce is still the same.
All lettuce is still the same. So's bread.
I might do a YouTube. I might honestly start a YouTube channel where it's just watching rhubarbs grow.
Yeah, do it.
I don't
Just
even
watching
know.
rhubarbs or beans. Just live streaming.
You've missed your niche.
Go.
You've missed your niche because during lockdown, people were like fucking putting cameras on like bird feeders and shit and just letting that stream live forever.
Right.
So you've missed your niche slightly.
I know, but I've never seen a bean sprout go viral yet.
That's true. Yeah. How many
I
bean
think,
sprouts do you see going viral?
I think we can make
I think
it
it's
happen.
it. It could be the thing.
I'm gonna make a TikTok over a week. Day one.
It's just like one bean sprout. You'd have to. When you said that bean sprouts would fill this room,
Yeah.
So how many trays of seeds?
Oh, fuck knows. Just
No, you can't.
a
You
floor.
need the authority on
let's
this
say a
now,
floor.
Jon.
So this floor would be all seeds.
Yeah.
Right.
And then a week later, this room would be fucking
Full.
full of bean
top
sprouts.
to bottom.
Top to bottom. You wouldn't be able to get in it. It'd
Right,
be,
then that is quite impressive.
Yeah.
You were saying like, oh, well, this room will be full of bean sprouts. How many seeds do we need? Well, about this.
about this room's volume's worth of bean sprouts. Yeah, no, one floor of, you wouldn't see it. So it's like crest. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
the seed, and then a week later,
So do you put
fucking
like
full.
a camera on it and you can see it and it's like
You just
quite
open
cool.
the door.
Don't even look at it.
It's not so
you getting on?
technology advanced. It's,
Yeah, but you said they need, if it's in the dark, like they need the
They
light.
grow in the dark and they fight for light that makes them bigger.
Right, but there's no light in the dark.
Yeah, but
So
there
they
isn't.
can't
But they're
grow.
looking for it, so it's like it's a
But
weird.
is it there?
What, the light?
Yeah.
Every now and again when you open the door,
Yeah.
See,
it's like
open the
it's
door.
like a fridge.
That's why they run out.
Oh, sorry, if I open the door, they'll go, whoa!
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Bollocks! Absolute bullshit.
Not for,
What, like within 3 seconds they all just go whoosh?
no,
I mean, obviously not that quick, but if you just put a plant on like a flower on your like windowsill, it will always lean towards the sun.
I know that about like sunflowers and that they'll turn to the sun, won't they?
That's some all flowers do.
But can you visibly see that?
Yeah.
Well, never really bothered to watch.
Isn't that like, so that's one of the things that can dictate, like when a golf ball curves.
Yeah.
One of the things is so the grass follows the sun. So
right, so you're putting sort of things.
Yeah, if you're putting
time
in
of
the
day,
morning, it will curve one way, but in the afternoon,
yeah,
it
it's
can
time of
potentially
day.
curve the other way because now the grass is all leaning the other way.
That's true, yeah.
Blowing your mind, isn't it, this? Who'd have thought this was going to turn into a gardener's podcast?
So
you're looking at us like we're gaslighting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
which we are. Which we are.
Hang on.
We blew his mind with bean sprouts a minute ago.
Before he's got here, right, we did a Patreon, and I convinced him the reason banks are closed on a Saturday is because it's the due day for Sabbath.
Oh, wow.
He went, really?
Oh, wow.
No. So I didn't see my dad yesterday, but I went.
Does he work for a
today.
bank?
Well, it was Father's Day.
Well, fuck knows.
All right, okay. Where was he?
I just didn't go around.
Right.
I was busy.
Busy in Birkenhead.
I was busy working on like my Facebook, like, hey, to an amazing.
Oh, fuck that
scrolling
shit.
to that, and everyone with like, world's greatest dad, whilst the other kid that's 6 days.
Have
old.
you got daddy issues or mummy issues?
I don't think I've got either. I don't really.
Have you not
any
known?
of them.
Are you daddy or mummy issues?
I've got neither, I don't think.
Get on well with both.
Yeah, getting well with both. I would say I'm definitely my mum's favourite.
Right.
Oh, daddy issues then.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've got daddy issues.
Yeah, you have.
What are daddy issues for a man? I presume
Just
they
you don't
differ
get on with your
slightly.
dad and that.
I get on really well with dad.
Have a hard relationship with your dad.
I don't have a
Doesn't
hard
love you.
relationship with him. I just
Pushes you too hard. He shouts at you a little bit too much when you were a kid.
No, he didn't. We're just different people.
That's a real big one. That feels really different.
That feels harsh.
Yeah,
that feels worse. That feels worse than being verbally abused.
Yeah.
We're just different people. He told me that from a very young age. I came out, he's like, we're different people, fuck you!
Me and you, Danny.
So how do you want to come and watch me do Sunday League? No, Danny, we're very different.
No, we're very different people, Danny.
Never forget that.
Yeah, never forget.
I am not like you.
Yeah.
So how do you want to
We
come
are
and play
never
catch?
going to do anything
mate.
together. We are not the same.
I'm not a catch person, Danny.
Yeah, that sort of sinister shouting where he never shouts. He just says really nasty.
Yeah.
We aren't the same. Never forget.
I'm not sure how
In
you
his defence, he's never said that. I worked that out. I worked that
He
out.
let you know.
I worked that out.
I worked out when
he
you
was-
walked in a room and he went like that with a paper.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I worked it out when I was a child, and he was going like, "Hey, should we
Would
do
you get
this?"
sucked
And I was
off by a
like, no.
15-year-old to say sorry? No? Well, we're different.
And we're very different people, Danny.
We're different, okay? Because I would, Danny. And that's why you're here.
Because I accept apologies,
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah.
I accept apologies.
I'll see you the day after
I
Father's
like
Day.
to draw a line under things.
Yeah, I need to see the back of things.
I'll be the bigger man, Danny, all right? I'll be the bigger man.
So hang on, the grass thing with the golf.
Well, let Danny finish your story.
What's the story?
You never saw your dad yesterday, and then you were going to go into something.
Oh, right. So I went round to this. So my dad, so now he's basically semi-retired, but he repairs cricket bats and things like that.
Yeah, me and your dad are also very different people.
In fact,
But has it always been his job?
no, he was a policeman before that.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, very,
He was a
very
policeman
different
before
people.
that, and then he had a short spell. In fact, I know actually he's still there. They've let him back. He was at a high school in charge of discipline, and he got suspended because he was basically deputising all the school bullies.
Legend.
So he was basically all like the hardest lads in the years. He basically just got them together and gone, right, if anything goes wrong, I'll just tell them it was you. So if you see something wrong, you need to stop it.
That's
Right.
a clever thing. Do you not
yeah,
think that's a great idea?
it basically
I feel like
works.
your dad's on the Darryl level of greatness at this point.
I'm going to ignore the fact that
And then they all knocked
So
him.
he,
And then they all said sorry. Sorry,
That was the
I've not been
problem,
doing
though.
the job properly.
no one had done anything wrong. Why? Because all the bullies are making people suck them off. Who said you could do this? He said whatever worked.
He said whatever worked.
he's basically just in charge of a pedo ring, your dad.
It's a peanut ring.
Your dad is a nonce, Danny. That's why you got issues. Why not?
Do you know what you said? Do you know what you said about this podcast? What you said about this podcast when we were just accused you? No, we've gone all the way to Danny's father now. Is that?
Well, hang on. He used that's underhand tech.
Why are the year sevens sucking off the lower sixth to apologise?
That's
what
it.
it is.
Yeah. That's so he got all the hard cases to just basically enforce. So it's kind of like he just was in charge of the mafia of the school.
He made his own mafia, didn't he?
Made his own mafia.
Yeah, started his own family.
Who's the cock of the year? Right, you.
Right, okay. That must have been a rough school to have somebody in charge of.
How did they find out that's what was happening? And then why suspend them if it's working?
Or was it working, or was it not? Was it just becoming like fucking gang
Is this
wars?
alleged, by the way?
Alleged.
Yeah, alleged.
I don't
Danny's
think
dad.
I don't think that. Listen, my dad's police pension. So my dad, so he was.
Why are we on that now?
Well, no,
he's get taken off you, just be careful.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's got his good service medal. So
Right.
and unless he goes like in deep,
Really dark. Yeah, he's got to
like,
go.
basically, if you
So he's allowed to be a nonce, but if he goes like if he's trafficking, then he gets taken off.
I'm guessing he loses it at nonce. But if you're basically just saying to a kid, "Do us a favour, punch that other kid, will you?"
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's fine.
Again,
It wasn't you, was it? He was telling them to punch it.
I just
Just go over to that kid and tell him.
Yeah, he's
We're not the same person.
go and hit him in the head. Why? Just he knows why. He's different from me.
He's
and you.
different from everybody else.
Right, okay. So,
I want to know how he got caught. Why he got suspended for that? Because that to me seems like a decent.
I mean, it's like a sound.
Yeah, it's like a sound sort of.
It's a sound business plan.
But I don't know, it's fucking modern world, innit? Cancel culture.
Fucking snowflakes, mate, innit? Fucking snowflakes.
well, then the bullies, if they're the bullies, then surely they just start making shit up to go and say, he was doing something, so I just
what
went and
probably
slapped
happened is the bullies got let off because they were policing everyone else.
So they could bully. Yeah, they could bully.
Yeah, they had the right. It's like typical policemen turned into fucking knobheads themselves. Too much power.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your dad did.
Anyway,
Your dad was a busy, yeah?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
How long?
25, 26 years.
The disappointment I felt off you there was unreal.
I did say we're different people.
I know.
Oh no, your dad said that.
No, it's always been. He's never said it. It's always been me. I just look at him and go, like, you're my dad. I love you. I think you're great, but we are very clearly different.
Yeah, it's because of the innate arrogance that comes with being a policeman, isn't it?
there is that.
The smarminess.
So, can I ask about the golf yet?
Yeah, go on. You
right. So, you say the ball bends.
Up to this.
Right, I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking you're driving. So if you're driving, putting. Right, okay, putting.
The fuck would it affect it when you were driving? You hit it in the air.
Because that's when it fucking bends, when it dog legs off and you fuck it up.
Have you never seen someone putting like the ball curves around the ball?
Yeah, I've seen that, but I just assumed that was the way the land.
Well, there is that as well.
There is that as well.
But there's going to be less friction on the hill if all the grass is leaning towards the sun to the right and the hills down right than it would be if there's all the grass is leaning upwards up the hill.
Right.
Because the sun's that way.
Okay.
Because if you're going against the blade, there's more friction. Do you get it?
Yeah. I'm not happy about it, but I get it.
I'll take it up with God.
Yeah, fuck him.
Don't do that.
No. Who gigged at the weekend?
Wow, that's where it's gone. I feel like we're in the worst green room ever. So what did you do this weekend? Yeah, I felt like an absolute gear change.
You were struggling because we confused them.
Yeah.
You now can't hold the conversation. So he's forgotten all about your food thing.
People,
he's ignoring Danny's thing.
People love it when I do that.
What, the gear change?
Yeah.
They love the gear change.
Okay.
But normally it's...
So if I didn't do the gear change, we wouldn't have gone to Giacomo.
When he gets confused or...
And bean sprouts.
If people are having laughs that he doesn't understand, he goes, stop now. What should we talk about next?
What should we talk about next? Yeah, what's next? What's next on the subject? What I'm liking is there's a whiteboard over there. I don't know if that's got anything to do with yours. That's not yours.
Well, let's go for it.
Let's go through it. Yeah.
TBS. Top 5 tips.
Stereotypes.
Don't gig at Essex.
Clicks.
Just say no.
Whose whiteboard is that?
Why'd you fancy it?
Can't call him that anymore these days.
Oh, yeah. You can't, can you?
You can't, I think.
Blackboard.
Oh, can't say that.
You've pushed the envelope there, haven't you? That's what we've done.
All right. So if you don't call it whiteboard, what do you call it? What's the political?
Probably a dry marker board or something like that.
Marker board, isn't it?
All right, fine. I don't mind that.
There you go.
Listen,
He's livid about that. He's absolutely
livid about the fact that there is actually a name. He's like, oh, fuck.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm never livid when someone's actually it's this. I'm never livid about that. It's when they're angry that you've got it wrong.
Right, so you don't like...
Mate, I'm not trying to upset anyone.
Why? What have you got wrong?
That's just what I know what it's called.
I haven't called it a whiteboard because I'm a raving fucking Nazi.
What have you got wrong
and
lately?
I want you to know on the sly. Nothing. Not that well.
I feel like there is something deep down in there, isn't there? So
He's been called on
I've been
something
picked up on
lately,
something before. Yeah, that's what it is.
Probably I must have been. Everyone has done, haven't they? But I can't think of.
This kind of leads into your segue. On a gig I did on the weekend, a guy picked me up on the fact that I said, I'll go to Tesco's. And he was like, you don't. You go to Tesco. I was like, you pedantic bastard.
Where was this gig?
Where was it? Fleet.
Fucking knobheads.
Like, no, you go to Tesco. I was like, no, I'll go to Tesco's. He's like, no, go to Tesco. And I was like, you pedantic bastard. What? Because it's not plural. He's like, yeah. But I went to 2 Tesco's. Yeah. So I went to 2.
Does Tesco's not have the apostrophe S? No, doesn't it?
No, it's just Tesco.
And Sainsbury's does, though, doesn't it? Sainsbury's is
more than
apostrophe
one
S.
Tesco, though. He's been to Tesco's, hasn't he?
That was my gig. That was the start. That was 1 minute into fucking MCing.
Really?
150 people.
What did he do for a living?
What did you say? Fuck off, you Jimbo cunt.
Basically, yeah, I went, well, I'm not fucking talking to you anymore, you fucking arsehole. What do you do? Is like, I'm a firefighter. Oh, fuck off.
Right. That is a bit of a cunt trigger, isn't it? To be like, you go to Tesco, not
straight away, yeah.
It's just somebody wants talking to it.
Yeah, it was. It was exactly that. It was like, no, you didn't do that. You went to Tesco.
I had that at Sambach the other week.
Jim Howard's gig.
Jim Howard. It's called it Sambach, and someone, it's Sambach.
Oh, fuck off.
It's what I fucking want it to be, love.
Yeah, it's whatever I call it.
Sambach from now on. She's like, it's Sambach. It's Sambach. It's Sambach. And it's like, fuck off.
Sambach banter.
Nice services.
Yeah. Go on then. Yeah. If you don't like my gear changes, you change the gear. Big man. Come on.
Well, you can change one.
I asked about the gigs.
I was gigging at the weekend as well.
Oh, were you? Where were you, Danny? Where were you at the weekend? He doesn't fucking know. He doesn't actually fucking know. Brilliant.
Right, it's Monday. So I was in Birkenhead on Sunday.
Yeah.
And Saturday, obviously, I had Bury St Edmunds cancelled when I fucking got there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I drove all the fucking way.
Nice.
Like 217 miles. I think
did you demand to do the gig to no one?
Did you bring your own flick knife?
Yeah.
He threw wine in his own face first and then walked out.
This is the so it was a double up because I was opening the farmyard.
Oh no, I saw your Instagram. You're like the most ambitious.
Fucking north
what do you mean you're opening the farmyard?
Sorry?
You said you were opening a farmyard.
The farmyard, it's a festival.
Right, okay. I just think the idea.
I saw your post about. I didn't see your post about the ambitious double. That was a double.
And the fact that I wouldn't put it past your agency guessing you that gig speaks volumes.
Hey,
Danny, I've got you a gig opening.
We've all opened White Post Farm, mate. We've all done that. Lambing season. There, we need an MC just to open up the gate.
Towards there's like a little red curtain comes back.
Opened by Danny Deegan.
Yeah. Right, okay. So did that one go ahead?
Yeah.
Right.
It was an ambitious double to get to where. So it was obviously an afternoon gig, the farmyard one.
It was an afternoon thing. So I'm not happy I'm driving to Bury St Edmunds and then like Rushton's like,
where's Bury St Edmunds? Drive?
It's like, I think it's Essex.
Right, okay.
It's on that border.
Essex,
we'll call it Essex.
It's kind of Essex, Norfolk.
Right, so it opens at what time?
So I was supposed to go on at 1. It was closer to 2 when I went on, because festivals are all...
Oh, that's
I had plenty of time to do it.
Yeah.
But it was like, I'm starting in York, so first I've got to go from York, and then I've got to go about 40 miles north.
Yeah.
Do this gig, and then come back the 40 miles, and then 217, I think it was.
Fucking hell. And then he got there and it's cancelled.
I got out of the car, walked halfway across the car park, answered my phone, turned around, got back in the car and drove off.
When did he first start calling you?
As I was pulling into the car park.
Right.
And I ignored the call because I was driving and, stay safe.
Yeah.
And then I rang him back and it was like...
Fucking hell.
You still got your Jag?
No, I haven't. I do miss that.
Like an old Jag, wasn't it?
It was an old Jag.
You loved that car, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it. Do you know what? I loved it so much that...
You had to get rid of it. It was hurting you too much.
No, so when I got rid of it, I was like...
Can't keep taking us to gigs to keep getting pulled.
I'm buying another Jag. Like this.
An old one?
Yeah, I want another one of these old...
Especially
old
with the cost of petrol now. You go, let's buy a car that just drinks it.
This is like 4 years ago.
Right.
So I bought another one, and I bought it from a place in Darlington. And I
Does
went.
it have a fridge?
Yeah, it did actually. Yeah. Glove box was refrigerated.
A few tins on the way home. Yeah. Danny knows. Danny knows.
So I bought it, and I was like, right, what do you want me to do with like my other one? He was like, oh, you can just leave it here. Like, we'll sort it. And I was getting rid of it because like I'd put it in for its MOT like a month early, and they were like, mate, this is $1 grand to fix. Get rid.
Right.
So I just left it with them. And I went and did. We were talking about those. I went and did one of those bingo things for Peter Vincent.
Yeah.
At Stockton Uni, and I'm driving back, and it's quite late, and I've got to be up early in the morning, so I'm fucking hammering it down like the A19. I'm doing about 110. And I come to the
Round of applause on his podcast.
On his tins.
Couple of tinnies.
All you have to do now.
Yeah, there's no cupboards in the Jags, is there?
Just one finger on the stick.
Not in these old Jags.
All you have to say now is that you robbed some pine nuts on your way home and you completed this podcast.
And so I come off the motorway, and the A19 there, and I
crashed.
come off at this ramp. So as I come off, I slow down. I'm slowed down to about 50. The front of the car just sinks, and I go skidding off the road. And it's fine. There's like a big grass verge, and I stop almost immediately as I hit it. I'm fine. And but I get out, and
Couldn't you ran over though, isn't it?
so it's gone over this verge, and it's
Yeah.
kind of come off, and it's over like a road right in the middle of this like side road. And so there's houses down there, so I'm like, right, I'm gonna have to. I can't just leave it here and come back tomorrow. I'm gonna have to. So I like rung the police. The police came out.
Said you're not like us.
Do you know my dad?
And they're
This
like,
episode's just been full of these little callbacks. There's anything.
Did you apologise?
Yeah.
so why don't I just tell you this?
I'm sorry, officer.
This is why I don't like podcasts.
Yeah, okay,
Sorry,
I
Danny.
know.
Sorry,
It's a
Danny.
bunch
Sorry.
of
Go on,
cunts trying to be
continue.
funny and it's not
Continue.
funny.
Exactly,
Yeah.
for your fucking
Yeah,
clickbait.
it's boring now.
So you can do a fucking
That's it.
30
No more.
second video.
No more.
30 second video with you
don't-
three
No
going,
more. No more. Yeah.
and then someone will go, hey, click on the link below for more of this.
No more laughing now. It is a bit boring now. Come on.
Exactly.
Serious
It's a
now.
fucking
Yeah,
serious
no,
story.
Sorry.
Although
So
I
you-
don't do that.
You're in the
don't-
glass fridge,
we
you call
don't-
the police.
We don't
Yeah,
fake the
so
laughter on
I
here.
called
Please
the police, but
understand that.
because I've bought a new car
Yeah.
and I'm a cheap fucker,
Yeah.
my breakdown cover was for a specific car,
Oh shit.
not my new one.
Shit.
I've only had this car like
Not
5
you,
days.
what do you mean, not your new one?
So you know, like when you get the RAC membership, it's
So is your
that's
new
covered.
one that's broke?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought this was your last trip on your old one.
This is so. I've bought the new one. I've had it about 5 days.
Right. Yeah.
Do the gig. I'm
Yeah.
speeding down. Come off the A19. Front end just collapses,
Yeah.
and I go in. So I can't get breakdown cover out. So the police help me
Yeah.
push it out the way of the road. But they're like, "That's all we can do for you, mate." So they get in the car and drive off.
What if you just leave it then? Forever?
Well, that is in fact what happened.
Go on then, carry on.
So if you want to jag on the A19,
So but they go, and I realise the battery's in between the police, me ringing the police, and the police getting it. The battery's gone on my phone,
Right.
so I can't call a taxi. So I've now got to walk 13 miles of little winding
Fucking
country
hell.
lanes.
and you've not even
back
got
to
like a
centre of
light, have you?
York.
Because your phone's dead.
No. And it was because like in that 30 minutes, I think I maybe
Jesus.
saw 4 cars, but there's no path. So I've
Fucking
got to
hell.
like work out by the lights which side it's coming from, and then go over to the other side of the road and just like lean in the verge and just to open.
God, Danny.
Would you not try and wave it down? That's for a lift.
They'll
Yeah,
hit him.
I don't know who's fucking driving.
Could be a fucking pissed up wanker in a jag.
So I get back, but the police basically message and say they ring me and say, "Listen, if you can't get this sorted quick soon, we're just going to tow it." And I was like, "Well, what happens if you tow it?" And
Would
they're
you
like-
not speak? Right, okay, sorry.
And I was like, "Well, what happens if you tow it?" And they're like, "Well, we take it to £1. You have to pay us £25 a day. If you don't pay us, we just crush the car." And I was like, "Right, but if you crush it, do you charge me?" They go, "No, it's just like that's."
So you just left it.
Yeah, I
no
just
longer
left it.
exists.
So I just left it thinking they were going to crush it. I get another phone call off them saying, "Can you come down to?" They gave me an address and said, "Can you come down to this address?" So I'm thinking, right, they've bullshitted me there. I'm gonna get fucked for this. When I go down, they start asking me questions about when I bought it. Something they're like, where did you? How long had you had it? And they've got it up on a, the things that mechanics use. They got.
Oh,
they take me underneath. So there's the engine, like as you would normally expect.
Yeah.
And then there's fucking scaffolding. Like literally the scaffolding that you see holding buildings up.
Fucking hell.
Around the engine.
Jeez.
And this mechanic's like, yeah, this is why it collapsed. Like it's literally, the engine's not attached to anything other than what it needs to be to work the car, and then they've just wedged it in. Some of the scaffolding's come loose and the whole...
Fuck.
And I'm thinking, right, if this happens 2 minutes earlier, I'm doing 110 miles on that. That's it. I'm fucking dead.
Yeah.
So I give him the details of the people I bought it off. And I'm like, in fact, I've probably still got them saved on my website. Go on my phone browser, and my old Jag that was apparently going to cost thousands to fix is for sale with 12 months MOT for 800 quid.
Wow. So they're just taking these fucked up cars.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And making it look like they're roadworthy and selling them on.
And so I just gave them all the details, but I thought about it like a week later, checked, the website's gone. Website's gone. There's no evidence that that business ever existed.
And the police done nothing.
As far as I know they never contacted me again.
So you never got any money back or anything like that? It was just...
I was never going to. That was gone from the start. They weren't concerned about that. They were concerned about...
How many people got cars off them?
They were concerned about having to waste a night fucking cleaning someone up. Just like scooping someone up on the road because they bought a car from them.
Fucking hell. That is horrific.
Wow. Oh, well.
Scaffold's expensive, though, so did you ask for that back, or...?
What, just say, like, can I get the...
Can I have the scaffolding, please?
It's for the inside of a car, so none of it was very big. I'm not sure what...
So how long were you driving this Jag for?
I'd had it
5 days?
A week. Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's a bit annoying.
Driven from York to Stockton.
It's terrifying, that. Do you ever get PTSD sometimes and think what could have happened?
No.
I often get that.
Do you?
Yeah.
From what? What, car crashes or?
Just from when something almost happens and I go, fucking hell, that would have been horrible.
He gets PTSD with the thought of him having cancer.
Right, so here's one thing that sometimes I get a flashback to and go,
okay.
that could have been horrific to me, is when I was driving between, like, Reading and London doing sort of, I can't remember what it was, but I was driving and then I was on this motorway, it was pissing down with rain, and then so you couldn't see fucking nothing, and then there was just this little bit of debris in the fast lane or something, and then for some reason I moved into the middle lane from the fast lane, and within about 3 seconds I just flew past this car that had broke down in that fast lane. I was going about 90 mile an hour, and there's just some fella stood there, and there's just this car with its hazards on, which I couldn't see, and I was just like, whoa. I moved into that lane for no reason.
And then you
similar
stopped and blocked another lane while you sat there shaking.
I was just like, wow. So now I just think,
no, it was just like,
I've seen something very similar again. I was going up the M1 and a similar thing, dark, fucking pitch black, and then I was in the middle lane, inside lane, car next to me just fucking blew up. Just like
I've seen
exploded.
videos.
Yeah, just like bits everywhere. He was spinning. I was fucking pulled out. Fucking,
his car blew up, didn't it?
I pulled over about a mile. No,
That's all the Christmas presents as well.
Half a mile, and then ran back down to go and see what was going on. And there was the one car that it hit another car that had been stolen. That was a blacked out fucking car. They just ditched it on the inside lane and fucking ran up the verge. Had no lights on it. So this guy was in the inside lane, just fucking drove into the back of a stationary car they didn't know was there.
Dead.
No, he was all right because everyone was like looking for the people from the other car. Like all the people that stopped were like, "Well, you're all right. We've got you out of your." He had like a fucking Audi or whatever.
Right.
Where's the people from the? And there was no one there.
Yeah.
They just fucking dumped it on the inside lane and fucked off up the verge and just ran off because they nicked it.
That's insane.
But that was like, next to me that happened. That was fucking mental.
Fucking hell. And you pulled over, yeah?
Yeah, pulled over just for a rock, yeah. I was so pissed off because I was doing about 90. So by the time I slowed down and pulled over enough, I was fucking miles away. I was like, could just reverse back down a bit because I'm fucking knackered now.
Yeah.
Also, I think I might have been driving like I think it was it was actually. It was a day that my MOT had ticked over to not being MOT'd anymore. So I was like, I best get back to the car before the police get here. I best get fucking off because otherwise they're going to be like having a look and be like, "Are you MOT'd?" No, I'm not.
Right.
I was a bit fucking worried about that.
Yeah, no, I get that's the one time that sticks in my mind when I go, fucking hell.
It wasn't like a permanent thing, but it like freaked me out for a little bit. But so when I was a kid, I played a lot of cricket, and
Did your dad make the bats?
Not back then, no.
We've agreed, John. No more laughing now.
Sorry.
No more laughing. No more jokes.
Sorry, I've got to let. Danny finish his story.
We're in the back 20 now. The back 20, we get all like quiet.
Oh, right,
now.
okay, sorry. Yeah,
we start to listen
the
to
back
each
nine,
other.
the sun's gone to the left.
Yeah, come on. Again, no more jokes now. This is serious.
Bean sprouts are ready.
Yep, there we go. Again, no more jokes.
Sorry. Do you want me to apologise to you?
It's fine, because I know what you're doing now. I know what you're
Okay,
doing.
that's
You're
fine.
just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. And I can see all three of you are hoping that by the time you've run out of steam, I've forgotten what the story
I know
was.
you won't.
No, I
know
want
you
to hear
won't.
your
And
story.
then I have to go, I forgot it now. Like, I know it's going to be shit when I tell it.
I want to hear your
care,
story.
because it's your podcast.
You were playing, yeah. This is what
I
we
got
do.
you on this because I wanted
He's the
you
most
to
excited
not laugh,
he's been.
and you've laughed a bit, and we'll have to run it back now.
Have you let it? Have you let
Another
it?
hour.
Yeah, do you know
40.
what I've laughed at? Do you know what I've laughed at? What I found funny.
Yeah,
That's what you
And
meant to do.
that was quite a lot of that. But at no point has anyone said so. And in my head, I've gone, laugh like a cunt so it gets good content.
No one does that.
Yeah, they fucking do. Some of the podcasts are not that funny.
not on this one, mate. This is all. This is we
All we do is do an hour and 37 minutes and clip 3 minutes out that was actually good, and then that's all we do.
we're not. We're
So don't
the
watch
realist in the
Just
game.
watch the clips and you sound.
We're the realist in the game. Look, we won't laugh now for the next 15 minutes because there's nothing funny going to be said. We've already told John
Hold
that
on.
I can't make any
Well,
more.
I'm much more comfortable with that.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, I've seen you set.
How about you? You okay with not laughing?
Yeah, I'm really comfortable with that. Yeah, let's do this.
And no one's laughing now.
Come on,
I'm
then.
very.
Should we talk about something a bit more serious?
No, I want to know.
I want to know about this story.
Yeah.
What was the?
So you were playing cricket 20 years ago, was it?
Probably longer
Sorry,
than that.
sorry.
Probably.
Don't-
No, I've got
that's-
it factually correct.
That's not how to. That's
no.
not. You know, that's not how
I
to
know,
apologise.
But I laughed when he said you were playing cricket 20 years ago, and it made me chuckle. But I know it's wrong. Come on, let's stop it now because it's becoming a bit of a thing. This, just carry on with the story.
Yeah, I know, and I'm really comfortable with it being.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but it looks like we're trying to be not funny now, and it's a bit annoying. It's annoying me a bit now. Like trying to make it a thing.
well,
Come on,
it's-
stop it now. Come on.
It's your content.
I touched your hand there, didn't I?
I know.
Stop
Sorry,
it.
How did
sorry.
that feel?
Okay, I didn't like that then. Oh, what, the laugh or the hand? Either
Oh,
or.
I didn't like the laugh.
No, nor did I.
So, this is my PTSD.
Yeah.
It lasted about a week, to be honest. So, yeah, I played it. It's like as I leave, it's just like a sort of alley that just goes straight to my mum and dad's house. But it's about half a kilometre, something like that. So I came out of it once. It was like about 9 o'clock at night, so it's pretty darkish. I just put my headphones in, and I just like walked up the alley. And when I got back, there's people from the cricket club ringing me, wanting to speak to me. So I like rang them back, and they were like, "Did like two lads go run past you, or anything like that while you were walking up?" And I was like, "I didn't see anyone," and I had my headphones in. But after I'd left, put my headphones in, and I'm walking up the alley. From the other end of the alley, two joyriders had come up, screamed up at about 70 miles an hour. Another guy at the cricket club had come out, and they'd just gone through him and killed him.
And you think,
I was like, they were basically heading up the alley that I was just walking through the middle of with my headphones in.
So it could have been you dead neck.
yeah.
If he hadn't have walked out and they'd have wiped him, they'd have just carried on
And
straight
wiped
up
you.
there and wiped me. Yeah, because it was just about big enough for a car,
Fucking hell.
and they weren't stopping because the police were
So when they
not
hit
in
him, they
pursuit, but
stopped.
They were. Sorry.
When they hit that other guy, they stopped. They went like, just,
Basically, the car just got totaled. Not totaled, but it would like they hit him, so the windscreen gets fucking
dead.
Sorry.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I just thought of a joke in my head.
Just say it. Just say it. Say it.
Did they hit him for 6?
Nice, mate. Nice.
Nice.
Content.
That's 2-4. I don't know whether that doesn't.
That's golf. that, mate.
This is over now.
Simon.
Go on. So this man died,
People are dying.
Yeah,
kid.
it was
and they
yeah,
stopped.
So, no, they couldn't drive the car anymore, so they just got out and ran up the alley.
So had they not hit
Did he
him,
run past
basically
him?
they're hitting you, right?
So, as the alley opens out, there's like a high school, and I
Yeah.
think they got to there and went over the fields.
Right.
Because no one came running past me. But yeah, if they hadn't have hit him, they would have just carried on straight up and just gone through me.
I think what
Are
level
you
of
sure
news
they've
would
done
that have
though,
made?
or-
That would have made local news.
Yeah,
that would have been
that-
local
it was-
news.
it
That would
was-
have been
that
big
not made-
headline local
It was
news.
front page of the Bury Times.
It wouldn't have made like.
How old was the guy? Young lad, or
For him, maybe late 50s.
that's not so bad then, is it? Come on,
Good
he's had a
sport.
good innings.
Hey, there he is.
Stop it now. Stop it.
He had kids, mate.
How would you know the car would have wiped you out though?
Maybe they were different people.
Maybe they got to you
Sorry.
and you'd have gone, you're not hitting me.
I've stood and
He'd have
just
still
like
backed himself.
An out of body experience.
Yeah, you're not hitting me.
It's not happening.
Bobby does see them headlights coming, go fuck off, turned around, fucking scrummed it back.
Jump it,
Go ahead,
jump
lad.
it,
Yeah.
jump it, lad.
Yeah.
I'll just jump that.
Yeah, so you get sometimes to go like, fucking hell, imagine. Every now and then you'll just catch yourself go, fucking Jesus.
No, I did for about a week. I haven't thought about that for years.
Right. It's weird when you like near-death experience. You ever had any near-death experience? I'm going to make a fat joke, but I'm not going to bother. Go on, you ever had a near-death experience?
Every day up the stairs.
Again, no more jokes. Well, that's
John.
fine. That's fine.
I can't say. I don't know. I'm saying
that's
it.
fine. That's fine.
It's fine coming from me.
Okay. Well, it's not good. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like it's fine.
Saying,
Yes,
just,
right.
I think, don't know, constantly fall asleep when I'm driving. Like,
Do you?
I think I've done that once.
I've done it.
I've woke up on rumble
do you-
strips.
I do
I've woke
once a
up by the rumble strips. You know, like the rumble strips
Yeah.
woke me up. I've been like, fucking Jesus, and then I'm awake.
Yeah. I don't.
like
I knock
fuck-
back off. And I need to get.
Oh, that was a nice rocking moment. You know? Oh, I like that noise.
Yeah.
my mum's car's got lane assist.
Oh yeah.
And I think if I had that,
It's over.
Yeah, you'd be asleep all the time.
I mean, that'd be...
It's fine. It's like Knight Rider.
Just pointed
As long
right
as I'm on the
direction.
motorway, I'm sound. Like, that's it. It's like, go in the middle lane, clear to the lanes. Just put my head down for a bit.
Yeah. Self-driving.
scares
Cruise
shit out of me.
control, 90 miles an hour, lane assist.
Yeah.
Sound in the
90
lane.
in the average 50. Fall asleep because it's got something that just helps you keep within the lines.
I really struggle. You know, like
Falling asleep
Especially-
at the wheel is.
especially when you get on the M5 and like some of the like your sat nav will just be like straight ahead for 145.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, so I'm just
yeah.
all the way
Not
up the
Bob.
M5.
Yeah, you know.
I'm going to get to the M5. That's the next turning I've got to make, which is actually just, I'm just veering off to go on the M6 for a bit.
Yeah.
That's I'm not even
Yeah.
turning. That's what, yeah.
But this might be where I fucking like.
I pull in sometimes. I can't do this. I've got to the point where it's like, fuck, this is
The
bad.
only time I've drank
Windows
coffee-
down. I'm like,
The only time I've drank coffee is because I've had to pull in and gone, I can't drive anymore, but I need to get home.
Yeah.
So I've gone and got like 2 espressos and don't even...
oh, you say you never stop at services.
Well,
That's all
it's
coming out.
Stop myself from
It's all
dying
out, well.
once in 15 years.
You're obviously not into it. You're
Yeah.
not playing this properly. You need to play
It was 10 years ago.
You should bring your own coffee at all times and never drink
I
it.
don't drink coffee.
I know, but that's just in case.
This was 10 years ago, and I got offered me first Baby Blue. This is when Baby Blue's still going. First Baby Blue weekend, and I was working in London at the time. And it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, isn't it? And I thought, I can't cancel. I'm not going to cancel them because I don't want them to think anything, or even a single day. So I drove from London to Liverpool, so basically home, to do Thursday night, but had to be in work on a Friday. Drove back after the gig, went to work from 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock, and then drove home again and to be back home for the weekend.
It's mental.
Just fuck, and that was when I was like, I'm gonna. I think I'd literally fallen asleep and woke shit myself.
Have you ever had like a black dog?
The depression.
No, the
What, run over one?
so if you don't sleep for long
Jon's
enough,
pub.
You should have had a high vis on.
start hallucinating.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen
And a lot of time, people say
People on the road and that, yeah.
it looks like a black dog's running across the.
Oh no, I've had people in the road and like,
I had a bouncy castle coming back from Newcastle. Actual
Really?
bouncy castle in the middle of the road while I was fucking because I was hallucinating that much. Again, similar thing. I've been working like all
Your
week.
magic.
Yeah. All of a sudden there was just a bouncy castle. I went fucking hell, bouncy castle, but then just drove through it and I was like, fuck.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never
the
had.
person I was with in the car was like had to grab the steering wheel and go, "There's nothing there," and then just eventually they just went, just fucking pull in here.
Yeah.
Went into a service station. They dragged me out and went, "Just fucking go to sleep."
Have a kip.
And they drove the rest of the way.
No, I've never hallucinated. I've just been like literally gone like,
Yeah, I think I was about to run.
keep
I think
them
I've had it with. But the problem is though, when you do that and you shit yourself, you wakes you back up again. You think, oh, I'm fine, carry on now.
Yeah, fine, all right. But you know, you're not like 5 miles later, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I've had
It's
it
like,
where
oh, I'm going to run us over shit. Oh,
Do
actually,
you ever
stop
get that when you're tired and like one eye will start vibrating
Twitching.
a little?
Yeah.
That's your brain trying to dream.
Is it?
Is
your
it?
Brain, your brain wants to dream.
So when your
That's what
eyes
it is.
twitch, sometimes you get it twitching there.
Yeah.
Is that? Are you having me on it again?
No, that's genuinely. That's
And then when you open
Yeah.
it, bean sprouts, fucking
Yeah.
massive bean sprouts.
that's your brain's trying to initiate rapid eye movement.
REM.
Yeah.
Yeah, well
yes,
done. Yeah,
that's
yes,
the name
that's
for it.
well done.
REM. That's what the band's named after.
So pleased with yourself that you knew that.
Rem.
Well.
No, it's just
They just-
REM used to be an insult, didn't it?
Did it?
REM.
Yeah.
Did it?
REM. Call someone a REM.
Never heard it.
Nah, must be a wool thing.
I knew you'd say that.
Right, are we wrapping up?
How does the wool thing work? So presumably I'm a wool.
Yeah, everyone's a wool, really.
Well, it's gone.
Did you discuss this in the last one? I think you discussed.
We always end up
talking about this as well. I think.
Chip on his shoulder and that.
Yeah, we will know. We discuss. It's basically when you're from outside of Liverpool, like the surrounding areas, and if you went on Aldi,
so it kind of stretches.
If you went on Aldi,
from Runcorn to Syria.
Yeah.
If you went on Aldi,
These Syrian wolves.
that's what it's got to now. But it's like if you went on Aldi and you'd say you're from Liverpool, even though you're not. Fucking wool.
You see, I had this discussion with I can't remember.
Beijing wolves.
I think I was having it with Ellis and his mate about the idea that when people say where am I from, it's difficult for me to answer because if I say Liverpool and then they find out it's Formby,
there's a Scouser half a minute away. No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah. And it's like, well, if I then say Formby and they go, where's that? And so I have to kind of always look at them and think, does this person know Liverpool well? Because then this is now a discussion for me.
Can I say Southport?
I'll go Southport or something. Liverpool. I'm not that bothered by it because they go.
I get that. I'm like from Bury. It's not Manchester.
Yeah, but then it's.
But is it well known enough to say when someone says where you're from? If you say Bury, where's that? You go, oh, it's near Manchester.
So I just skip that and go.
Say the Gambia.
Manchester. yeah. Same. Yeah. Same, like people say, where do you live? I'm like, I live in Mansfield. I don't actually live in Mansfield. I live in Sutton Ashfield.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a little village outside of Mansfield.
Yes, that's
so
exactly
you're at that level and like.
Yeah.
But I've done it at gigs and some guys, oh yeah, I'm from Mansfield.
Yeah.
They'll be like, what point? And then you're like, oh, actually, I'm from Sutton Ashfield.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh, what part? And then you're like, well, actually, I'm from a place called Stanton Hill, which is within
and then
the
they go,
outskirts
fuck
of
off,
Sutton
you
Ashfield.
cunt.
And he's like, yeah,
Exactly.
I know.
You've never been down a mine.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, I know, but no one else fucking knows any of those roads you've just said.
That is an issue.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do wish to go if I was just from
Stolen Valley.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm just there, but no.
I'm from the north. That'd be much better.
I hate. We need to finish soon, but that gets the chip on my shoulder going when you're driving to London or something, and it just says south. Or you're driving home, it just says the north, and I'm like, fucking.
Why does that get you back up?
Why? Because I'm not fucking like you cunts, I'm Scouse.
But you are going north.
No, but it just annoys me. It's like saying the north. Like, fuck off. I'm not one of them. I'm going to Liverpool.
You're a northerner.
I'm not. I'm Scouse.
Sorry, mate, but it's like Scouse
not.
land or Scouse's.
You can identify as whatever you want now, Danny.
Scousistan.
Whatever you call it, it's in the north.
I'm from Scousistan.
It's a tenancy agreement, mate.
Scouse, not English, mate.
You've got it. You've got Liverpool.
We don't assign to your compass.
It's on leasehold.
We don't assign to your compass, mate. Scouse.
So what do you do when you do go on like a Duke of Edinburgh award? Do you not go to the north?
Oh, we don't recognise them.
Oh, okay.
Non-sinning.
You have to recognise the monarchy to go on a Duke of Edinburgh award.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
That was the story I didn't tell. Like right at the start when you were talking about that guy that just like followed that girl around.
Yeah.
And I said I get it because I was seeing a girl, and she had a lad who was like he was a friend, but it was obvious he was trying.
Yeah.
And he would basically if me and her had anything planned,
he'd turn up.
Well, no, something would happen. And I remember her ringing me, going, "We can't go to the cinema. Like Andy's come round." I've not changed his name. His name's Andy.
Allegedly.
Go fuck yourself.
That you just done the full name.
Yeah. He's a fucking drip.
Drip.
Yeah.
That's
allegedly. Allegedly, he's a drip.
We were supposed to be going to the cinema, and she rang me, and she went, "I can't go to the cinema tonight." And she laughed as she said it, and he was in the fucking room with her. She went. I don't know if you read, but Prince Philip has died and Andrew doesn't want to be alone tonight. You even laughed when you said it. Put him on, he's a dick. I want to speak to him. And she wouldn't.
Prince Philip died and he doesn't
want to be alone tonight.
That's great.
You knew he got a gold one.
That's brilliant.
That is brilliant. Oh.
He's died and doesn't want to be alone tonight. Well, I'll just keep talking until something else happens. And then we'll end it, do you reckon?
Just end it.
Do you want to just plug
right, Danny, where can people find you? I mean, there's no point them finding you because you don't agree with any content ever.
It will be pointless. People, I don't engage.
But just in case they do want to find you,
have you got the socials, Danny?
Yeah,
I've got them, but so it's just for like friends and family. and people I work with.
And acquaintances.
None of these viewers can offer me a
we
fucking
always
weekend.
have this.
Yeah, but no. What they can do is want to go and see you somewhere, which will mean you get to more weekends.
Yeah.
To me, I'm old
If
school.
you sell more tickets,
Comics
if you
aren't
sell
famous, clubs are.
right. If you sell tickets, Paul Blair will put you on more. That's how it works.
I mean, I'm very happy with the amount of gigs that I've got from Paul Blair. So it's just Danny Deegan because I got in really early and have made no use of it.
Right.
But yeah, it's
Danny
not
Deegan,
really.
everything's Danny Deegan.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'm not sure.
I love an old school comic like Danny when he doesn't look like he should be an old school comic. You know what I mean? He's like,
he's got youthful.
You've got the youth on you, so you look like.
It's like me and Mike Newell.
Yeah.
Can we ask how old?
No, but he
old
puts
you
stuff
are?
out.
40.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got the demeanour of a fucking
33-year-old.
veteran of the circuit, because you are a veteran of the
Just
circuit.
like knocks 7 years. That's it. That's all you could knock off.
Yeah, I'd say 33 to you. We get away with 33. Do you reckon?
No. Late 30s, maybe.
I mean, Rushton has told people that I can play 27.
Has he? Of course he has. Because what was it, a bingo gig?
You can also play 50.
What 5-year-old were you
Not even
opening?
an internet chat room.
Rushton has told me we can call 27.
Yeah.
He'll call all the numbers. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
There's not a number this man can't say.
At Danny Deegan, but he's telling you now it's pointless. But if you do want to, and make him feel a little bit good about, just let him know how good he was, and let him feel good about himself. Maybe he'll come to the dark side. Who knows? I think he will. I don't
think he will.
He'll be back.
There's been too much going on for you to come to the dark side now.
Pearson, where are people finding you?
Jon Pearson. That's pretty much, again, I was similar to Danny. I got in quite early. So Jon Pearson.
You got the full thing?
Yeah, Jon Pearson is just, search that on any of the social medias. You'll find my stuff.
I got it across the board.
Across the board, across the board, all of it. So you can find
want
me
a pint, go to his pub.
Don't go to my pub. It's not open.
Just plugging
Just
things
knock on his
people
door.
don't want.
John, can I have a pint, please?
No,
Just
you
make
can't.
him let you in.
Yeah. Fuck off.
John's from
Have you still got
Mansfield.
all the pumps?
No, they all got took out when the brewery came in to take them all out.
Did they? Oh, I don't even leave you with them.
Then I had the chiller for fucking months afterwards. I was putting beer through it, the stuff that I had left.
So have you still got the bar?
Yeah, so I got the bar. Yeah.
So what's it in? Just an empty bar? Now?
An empty bar. Yeah, it's like a nice
We
empty
did
bar.
discuss this earlier on in the pod.
No, I know, but like,
but you chose to ignore me.
Because you done a gear change incorrectly.
And all the gear changes have been PR.
so
I regret saying what I've just said.
No,
that's not me.
Why?
What?
Give it to the bar, turn it into an actual house, and then.
Nah, I can't be fucked. It's too much work. I've got a place to sleep. It's fine.
What? Let him live how he wants to live.
It's just annoying me that there's a bar just of no use in it.
It was of no use when I had it fucking open. No one was in it.
So that's because you let dogs in and didn't let drugs happen.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that. Yeah, less dogs, more drugs.
Yes.
I want to try and do something with the R, O, and U. Drugs, dogs thing, but I haven't got the brain to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like dogs is the O and then the R-U. Wait, hang on.